1, 2, balloon! Balloon! I saw that! Why?
What a way to capture your audience's attention. Stuffing balloons in your shirt. My oh my. I dare say I can't take my eyes off of those balloons. The ones on her head or the ones on her...
Please tell me you're talking about the hats, Your Honor.
Willing to actually go further? We'll see. We're getting there. So we're back. Last time we left, we just saw, we just saw that the revolution has started. It has begun. Oh yeah. I'm uploading Ace Attorney. I can get out that stuff quicker because I'm not spending multiple hours on the thumbnails. Oh, did you? Did you like that one? Well, that was what I was hoping to do. I find like this silliest thing, I scream. And then I upload it. I'm gonna finish the Danganronpa episode thumbnail that I was working on, and then I'll continue putting out more Ace Attorney. So, yeah. I need to catch up with my streams, so doing this actually makes it a lot easier, so... I think you watched the scene 5 I forgot. I completely forgot I screamed, "That's the sugar daddy!" Until I was editing, I'm like, oh, right. I was obsessed with a sugar daddy for some reason during this. Okay, episode 4. Turnabout Storyteller. You're not
3,
eating.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What time is it? It's 9, 10.
Time to die. Right? Are you dead? Shiho's dead. No. Do you think he did it? Oh no. If he did, then what do we do?
Hey, pull yourself together. Don't worry. I have an idea.
I was joking when I said time to die. And dude, was that guy eating with a fan? What was that? May 13th, 9:45 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 6. What the heck? Who brings a defendant to his own trial late? Plus... Oh wait, this is Athena.
Plus, the request was so last minute. I didn't even have a chance to talk with my client.
He's late. He's late for a very important date. That's a Wonderland reference, first thing, okay.
My name is Athena Sykes. Armed with analytical psychology and a full arsenal of legal know-how. I'm a fully competent defender of the Right Anything Agency. Though, I wish my client would show up already. The trial's about to start.
Who is my client? It appears we made it just in time.
Where have you been? The trial's about to start, Simon!
What did you do this time? What did you do this time? Simon, why are you being accused of murder again? You need to get so worked up, Athena. His baldness can wait.
There's no way he'd wait for me! And besides, why would I want to start off on the wrong foot with him right out of the gate?
Dealing with such matters is part of being a lawyer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, covering your lateness is not.
Still, but a rank amateur, I see.
This is Simon Blackwell. He might not look it, but he's actually a prosecutor, a psychology specialist. He and I go way back. As for our shared specialization in psychology, we're both disciples of the same person, so to speak. But he's kind of my senior, I guess. A twisted sense of humor or no, I wish he'd stop treating me like a child all the time.
So where are Right Dono and Justice Dono?
Right is in a different country right now, dealing with a rebellion. And I don't know where Apollo is.
Mr. Wright is abroad, and Apollo is helping Trucy with her magic shell.
Of course he is. Is he another one of her, willing assistants?
Didn't I tell you?
They're what? So neither one of them are here, leaving you to take this on alone.
What, do you see me as your daughter? Is that what's going on right now?
Yep.
Ye gods. Call Right Dono back. It's not too late.
Oh no, not too late at all. He would only need to know how to teleport.
Very well.
Not to mention he's in the middle of a rebellion. Just so you know, it's kind of hard to leave the country when everything's on fire.
Then I will settle for Justice Dono. Go grab him by the horns and drag him here.
Apollo is literally in the middle of a show, Simon! You may not want to admit it, but I've got what it takes to take on this case. Just leave this to me, and go watch from the gallery.
As your defense derails in spectacular fashion.
No, as I win the heck out of this trial.
Why are you on trial again, Simon?
I'll be okay. Promise. So wipe that look off your face already, will you? Anyway, I take it the guy behind you is...
What? Oh, it's not you on trial? I thought it was.
Yes, he's He's asleep again. Boy, Bucky, wake up.
Bucky? Yeah! Does this dude only have one arm and the other arm is made of metal? And he was experimented by Hydra agents? Well, they just now mentioned that there was somebody else there!
Oh, what'd you do that for, Simey?
Simey? Is this a drunk? You look like... Doesn't this look like a Tara? This looks like... What are you doing outside Danganronpa? Last I saw you, you fell in a volcano! Well, more like was put in a volcano. What are you holding?
Who's this, you yeller chickadee? She's your lawyer, such as it were. I'd say she's more green than yellow, however. Lawyer. She sure doesn't look like, does she? She like your fellow apprentice or something? Something like that. I've known her longer than I've known you. You could say we're bound to one another. Oh, okay. Well then, guess I better call her Miss Chickadee then.
Why are you even holding that?
Simon, This guy's not only rude, he's 3 sheets to the wind on at his own trial.
Why are you drunk?
I know we just met, but I'm about ready to give him a piece of my mind. Hello, cat.
What are you doing? Do as you will. Just save it for after the trial. Miss Chickadee.
Don't call me that.
And you tell me you share an old friend of mine. I'm the 4th generation head chef of Soba.
What, Soba? You work at... Is that what you're carrying in those boxes, Soba? Are you like the disciple of the onigiri lady? Oh, now you're sober! Wet noodle 4.
What? Rule 4.
Bucky... Wait, what? Nice to meet ya. So, not only is your name Bucky, but you're also part of the Fantastic Four? Okay, that's interesting to note.
It's nice to meet you too, Mr. Wet.
Mr. Teru Teru.
So he can pull himself together when he wants to. If only the trial wasn't starting in a few minutes.
Having been accused of a murder that only occurred yesterday, I'm afraid it's taken a toll on the poor boy.
And you happened to be here at the theater where it all happened too, right? They said they found a Rakugo storyteller murdered in...
Rakugo?
Rakugo?
Murdered in his dressing room.
The dude counting was a storyteller? Is that... Oh, that's right.
Indeed. The victim, master storyteller, Taifu Tonido.
Tonido? Taifu Tonido?
Was a long-time partition of Wheat Soba. Patron. Master Tonido had been looking after Bucky ever since Wet Noodle 3 passed away.
Oh, okay, so it's going by generation. He's generation 4. I see. So the victim was kind of like a father to the defendant, huh?
Sorry, I got distracted because a second cat just entered my room and stared at the other one and it just left. Where are you going? What do you mean this is this case?
That stupid old fart like a father? No way. It was always dishing my Soba. How dare you speak ill of him?
What do you mean you don't know what you mean by that?
Running your mouth like that is why they suspected you of his murder in the first place. Now, pull yourself together. Number 3 must be rolling in his grave.
But Simey!
The police, none didn't believe me. They won't wish to me.
Probably because you're drunk.
Looks like he's still in shock from the whole ordeal.
Why are you drunk?
Don't worry, Mr. Wet. Everything's gonna be alright. I'm going to defend you with everything I've got. You're in good hands now.
You mean, do you believe me, ma'am?
Of course! No matter what, I'll believe in you to the very end.
Gee whiz, Miss Chickadee.
Now come on! I need you to shape up. Just like those al dente noodles of yours.
Yeesh, man. My Soba is fresh. You're gonna throw up! Oh, he's gone.
Mr. What? He's gone.
Bucky, you great big pillock. Pillock?
So, how exactly do you know this guy?
First grade? He used to frequent with Soba. I still do, in fact. So I've known him since he was a lad. That's why his father and Master Tonaido were always so good to me.
Is that why you want me to take this case? Oh, and why you can't prosecute against him because you're too close. Wait, is Gavin gonna be here?
I didn't know you liked Soba so much, Simon.
I wouldn't expect one such as you who eats meat slapped between slabs of bread to understand the delicate taste and the subtle textures imparted by buckwheat flour.
What? I've never had Soba.
Hey, that's just rude!
I digress.
Huh. I'm all about flavor and stability and stuff.
If I'm that wet Soba end like this, I'll never be able to face number 3 or Master Tonaido in the next life.
Ah, I see. And that's why you came to me. You want somebody you could trust.
It was never my intention to ask you.
That hurts.
I'll show him. I'll show him I can handle it just fine.
Well, I believe it's just about time.
What? But we haven't even properly discussed the case yet.
Do I even have any? I just have my badge. Can I have a little more than that, like an autopsy report?
What's the matter? You look nervous, Athena. Don't tell me you're chickadeeing out.
I'm just trembling from the excitement of battle. That's all. Gits! Let's do this. Off Gits? Off Gits? Come on, Mr. Wheat. Wet wheat? Get up off the floor. We've got a case to win.
Yeesh, Miss Chickadee. I'm gonna do my best.
Wet Soba, wet Soba, wet Soba, wet Soba, wet Soba.
What is talking right now? What was that? What was that?
Is that your ringtone?
Yellow. 2 bowls noodles. Sorry, sir, no can do. I'm busy at the courthouse. They hung up.
Well, because you just said you were at the courthouse.
Okay, let's do this.
He's not going to do himself. He's not going to do himself or his case any favors like this, Simon. Maybe we should let him go get some rest somewhere.
Why are you drunk?
Let me rest. Maybe if I were a lump of regular flour dough for udon noodles. But I'm fresh like my Soba. No, you don't let Soba dough rest. It's all about 3 freshes. Grind the buckwheat seeds fresh, cut the dough fresh, and boil.
He passed out again.
He's blacked out.
Blacked out drunk? Why did you let him get drunk right before a trial?
Oh boy. I just knew something like this would happen.
It's better it's out here in the lobby and not in there at the court. Because the judge wouldn't take too kindly on that.
Simon, what are these 3 freshes of Soba he was talking about?
First, buckwheat seeds or groats are ground to make buckwheat flour. Then, dough made with this flour is cut with a large rectangular knife into noodles. And finally, the buckwheat noodles are boiled. Each step is done immediately, one after the other, so the soba is fresh when eaten.
Oh, so that's what you meant. I wouldn't want him to make me any soba right now, though, that's for sure.
Well, he's more hygienic than freaking Eldon.
Athena, this is no time for idle chatter. You need to get into the courtroom now. Just remember, as a prosecutor, I will be unable to lend you a hand. So don't expect any help from my quarter.
There you go, treat me like I'm incompetent again. For your information, I wasn't planning on asking you for help anyway. Just you wait, Simon. I'll show you.
I don't think you can switch between prosecutor and law attorney so easily. But then again, the current chief attorney is Edgeworth, who has done that, so maybe he could.
Mr. Ray and Apollo may not be here, but that's alright. I can do this on my own. I'm no longer traumatized. Yay! I'm over my trauma.
May 13th, 9:50 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. 4. Okay. Hello, Judge. Court is now in session. All rise.
What? How did you get here? Wait a second! I saw that! Somebody, why are you here? How did you get here so quickly?
Court is now in session for the trial of Bucky Wood.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is fully prepared, Your Honor.
How did you get back here? I thought the planes were grounded during a rebellion, weren't they? What the frick? How? Why are you here? Last I saw you, you were back in frickin' Kurain. How did you get here?
I think he knows how to teleport. Is Emma at least with you? Did you at least bring Emma along?
What's this? No prayer this time, Prosecutor Samadi? That is correct, Your Honor. To expedite these proceedings, I completed them beforehand in the lobby.
Oh, so you saw our drunk defendant. Fun. Okay.
How very thoughtful of you. By the way, what brings you back to this country?
Running away from a rebellion. Doesn't want to face his father in battle. That's what it is.
Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth himself called on me to handle this case.
So did you take like a private jet? Is that how you got here?
Besides, I have a debt to repay. And though my opponent is yet a callow thing, I have no qualms of sending her down to hell.
Ah, of course. Yay.
If you have a score to settle, it's with Apollo, not me, your adoptive brother. I know about you. But more importantly, I am not a callow thing. I'm a qualified and capable attorney.
Then what is that yellow attire, if not proof of your immaturity, you small spring chick?
What's up with people and calling me a chicken? I'm not a chicken! If anything, I'm a phoenix!
Now, cease your shrill chirping.
Why do you actually have to be calm and not have any problems with you besides throwing beans at somebody? I hate you.
No, Prosecutor Samadi.
Why are you back in here? Where are you going? There's a cat and they're under my seat. Don't you dare go eating my cords. Go away.
She's still only a teenager. Please go easy on her.
Wait, how old am I?
Great. Now even the judge is giving me the kid treatment. I'm not a kid!
Very well. Shall I begin, Your Honor? Yes. I suppose we should. Now then, Prosecutor Samadi, Please give your opening statement.
I'll show them what I can do. They'll be sorry they underestimated me.
Certainly. Let the last rites of the victim commence. Can I have some evidence, please? I only have my badge. The incident is believed to have occurred at around 4 p.m. yesterday, May 12th, at a Storyteller's theater called Kurokuroti. Kurokuroti? The victim was a great master at the Tonido School of Reikyo, or comedic storytelling. Rakugo? Reiko. Rukogo? Raku. I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce this. Give me a second. Rakugo, which I believe is an actual thing. Pronunciation. Why do I need a minute-long YouTube thing in order to know how to pronounce Rakugo? Here, let's try this. Rocko. Fine, allow ads. Go away. Go away! I'm trying to see something! Thank you.
Rakugo.
Rakugo. Okay, I was saying it right. Rakugo. Okay. His name was Taifu Tonido. I feel bad, Camo. I had another bot, sorry. The scene of the murder was the theater's dressing room. What was that? Is there a dog in the yard? It is accessible via staff entrance hallway. As an inner and outer sliding door. Dude, the dog's whining and I wanna... He's not mine, I can't do anything! Backstage diagram added to the court record. Yay! A diagram. More than I had! A diagram of the backstage area showing the location of the stage, the dressing room, and the yard. Staff entrance goes to the dressing room. Go into the yard. You can't go from the yard into the dressing room from any outside point. Why powder? What? Camel. Camel? Why are there so many camels? Are we sure that's blood or is it just broth from the soba? The estimated time of death is between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. The TV is unplugged. The cause of death is suffocation, though how the victim suffocated is yet to be determined. Could it be the plastic wrap that's literally sitting over there? Could that be it? The autopsy found nothing unusual in his lungs or stomach. And there is no murder weapon. It's a piece of plastic wrap that's sitting over there. I will now submit the incident report to the court. The crime took place in the theater dressing room. Master Tonido was found with his face thrust into a large soba bowl. Time of death is between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. The cause of death is suffocation. Again, plastic wrap.
Prosecutor Samadhi, how can you name Mr. Wet as the culprit?
Give me a second. Nothing was found in his lungs. Okay. Which means he died before he fell onto his soba.
When you don't know how the victim was killed, or even with what?
Again with the spirit butterflies! Why are these here? While it is true that the weapon and precise method are, as yet, unknown, the accused is the only one that had the opportunity to commit the crime. What do you mean? What do you mean he's the only one able to commit the murder? I will explain this assertion in further detail as we continue.
I guess this means he has some kind of evidence to present.
Like plastic wrap, which is commonly used for suffocation. Now, would the accused care to plead his case? Are you drunk on the floor again? Come to think of it, where is the defendant, Miss Sykes?
Sorry, Your Honor. I'm afraid Mr. Wet isn't feeling very well and is resting in the infirmary.
Surely it's the lack of a clear conscience that impedes him from facing this court.
Great. Starting off on the wrong foot already.
Mr. Wet is the head.
Hey! Nugget! I know you're in a loving mood, man, but not here! Not now! I'm sorry! Don't go jumping on my desk, dude. Here, hang out with Tinkerbell. Hold that. I'm sorry.
I had a cat jump on my desk. Mr. Wet is the head chief of a Soba shop, frequented by the victim. On the day of the incident, Mr. Wet went to the theater at the victim's request. How do you know that? Pt28 was a connoisseur of Soba, as you can see in these photographs. He was apparently making Soba himself in his dressing room that very day. The Soba found on the scene is likely the Soba he himself made there. It looks like somebody stole it, though.
Making soba is one thing, but making it in a theater dressing room's a bit much, no?
Master Pt28 truly had a passion for Soba, didn't he?
Why? This entire thing's about Soba now. We had one all about ramen, and now we're with Soba.
For a man like that to be murdered by a Soba chef is simply unthinkable. And yet, the accused has ample motive. We're in the victim's safe. We discovered the deed to the accused's shop. Mr. Wet was to inherit Wet Soba when he lost his father recently. However, it's believed the victim stole the shop's deed during the transfer process. The prosecution believes the accused killed the victim in order to get the deed back.
Then how come the deed was still in the safe?
Found in the victim's possession. It's the deed for the Soba shop. The deed holder is Bucky Wheat. What? A murder over the deed to a shop. That does sound like a plausible motive.
So that's what this case is about. I wish Simon had filled me in a little better. I wish he gave me some evidence. I could have contributed more than just 1,000 buckets of cold sweat if he had.
Defense. From your demeanor, I gather you know very little about the details of this case.
Yeah, I wasn't able to explore the crime scene like I usually am. So, I'm not well prepared. No one's given me evidence until this point.
Well, you see...
You are dishonoring the soul of the victim by appearing in the courtroom unprepared.
It's happened many times. This has happened multiple times, man.
You are an embarrassment to your profession. You putrid egg yolk.
Well, at least he didn't call me a chicken.
Eek! I'm sorry.
This could be very entertaining if I take it completely seriously, though.
Apollo's a red pepper, and now I'm an egg yolk?
Apparently a rotten one.
You've only just started, and I've already been demoted from Spring Chick. Spring Chick.
I'm ready to call you my witness, Your Honor.
Hello, Butterfly.
Let us listen to the words of the one who was present when the crime was discovered.
Someone who was there when the victim's body was found.
Very well. Witness, please take the stand.
Where's Emma? Did you leave Emma and Currain? Who dat? It's feet. Who dis? Simon! Is that why you can't prosecute?
Witness, please state your name and occupation. Simon Blackwell, prosecutor.
Prosecutor Blackwell! You didn't tell me you were going to take the stand!
There simply wasn't time.
I think there was time between you making fun of me, you looking disappointed in me, and the defendant passing out drunk. I think there was plenty of time between all those stages. Of saying, oh, by the way, I'm also a witness to this very murder. I know what happened. It would have been helpful.
What a shame, Prosecutor Blackwell. That you shared the damning scene you witnessed before him with the defense. We could have moved the trial along and saved the victim's soul that much faster.
Damning scene? What in the world did Simon see?
Prosecutor Samadi, was it? Before I give my testimony, there's something I'd like to confirm. By all means. This case involves Rakugo, a very traditional form of Japanese comedic storytelling. Do you have enough knowledge of this art form to handle the case competently? Are you implying that I am not qualified for this case? Not yet. I'm simply trying to ascertain your familiarity with the topic. For now. It is the prosecutor's duty to learn the background of any case he takes on. I did some research on Rakugo last night, and have grasped the overall idea of it. How much could you possibly grasp in a single night? Rakugo is a form of entertaining storytelling that originated in the land of something. In it, the storyteller sits alone on the stage with only a fan and a towel as, and the Rakugo artist tells long, whimsical stories, giving each character their own voice. This traditional art was originally invented by monks to make sermons more interesting.
Really? It was? Huh. I wish churches do that.
Are you satisfied? If not, I could explain the 12 types of endings to such stories. Or shall I perform the famous stories of Jujumu instead?
Jujumu?
It appears you've had put in a bit of study. Your acknowledgement is most welcome, Prosecutor Blackwell.
I can see why you're known for being quite thorough in your research, Prosecutor. So, while he was studying on comedic writing, did he care at all about the case and actually prepared for it, or was he too entertained?
Now, I would love to see you perform that story you mentioned, if you don't mind.
I don't think we have time for that, Your Honor.
If that is Your Honor's request. Jujumu.
Your Honor, can we please get back to the trial?
Oh, right. Of course. I nearly forgot. Plus, this man needs a fan before he can continue with the story, so... someone get him a fan, and we'll listen to the story during intermission.
Seriously? Of all the things for you to forget!
Ahem. Now then, back to the case. Prosecutor Blackwell.
Hello.
Please, tell this court what you witnessed.
Witness testimony.
What Simon saw. Not what Simon says, okay.
I went to the theater yesterday. It arrived at approximately 4 p.m. I went straight to Master Tonaido's dressing room to say hello. Bucky went to the dressing room thereafter, only to come storming out a while later. Master Tonaido's junior disciple, Uendo,
apparently then entered the room soon after. And that's when Uendo discovered Master Tanido's body.
Uendo.
No, wait just a minute here, Prosecutor Blackwell. With to smell you like that, you're practically accusing Mr. Wet of the crime.
All I can do is state what I saw. I can't help how it appears. But a qualified and capable attorney such as you should be able to dispatch with it, right?
Quit picking on me. Well, yeah, duh. I'm not a kid. Alright. I guess I better start picking all the info out of him that I can.
Stop treating me like a kid, Prosecutor Blackwell. What Simon saw.
I went to the theater yesterday and arrived at approximately 4 p.m.
Hold it! Prosecutor Blackwell, what did you go to the theater for in the first place?
I went because I had received an invitation from Master Tanido. Here, see it for yourself. It was a special show commemorating his junior disciple Uendo's promotion. It was also an occasion to announce the boy's succession to the stage name of Uendo II.
So what exactly does it mean to succeed to a stage name?
You really don't know, do you? In the performing arts, the name succession is when an artist inherits a predecessor's name.
I see. So there was another Uendo Rakugo artist before, and his disciple succeeded him, huh? And what exactly did your invitation say?
It contained a simple letter of salutations, and an outline of the show's program. Ho! It appears Typho Tanido was going to perform Toki Soba, or Time of Soba. Time of Soba? He's famous for his masterful pantomime of eating soba, using only his fan as a prop.
Okay, so he was eating the soba with his fan?
A new window was to perform Soba Sai, or Soba Glutton, a soba-themed show I see. It seems you know a thing or two about Rakugo yourself, your boldness. The first to perform was the senior disciple, Giru, followed by Uendo. And lastly, Master Tanido. Invitation added to the court record.
I see. So that's why you happened to be at the Storyteller's theater yesterday.
Let me read this.
Inside the envelope was a ticket to the show and a letter from the victim. The letter contained a simple greeting and a rundown of the show's program.
Giro was to perform her balloon act. Then Uendo was to do his soba glutton routine. And finally, Master Tanido was to perform his time soba routine. Why did someone do a balloon act before soba? What? What?
So what happened after you arrived?
I went straight to Master Tanido's dressing room.
What do you mean, no comment? I'm very confused. Why random balloon act? And then the other two are related to soba.
Hold it! And how did Master Tanido appear when you said hello to him?
I went with the intention of greeting him, but ultimately, we didn't actually meet.
What do you mean you did? Why are you laughing? What are you laughing about?
I went with the intention of greeting him, but ultimately, we didn't actually meet.
You didn't see him? Why not?
Guro escorted me to the dressing room, but we heard the sound of Rakugo being performed from within. Thinking the master was rehearsing, we decided to wait in the hall until he was done.
You heard Rakugo being performed in the dressing room?
Yes, not just me, but Guro as well.
Who is Giro? In other words, you can confirm that the victim was still alive at around 4 p.m.
There was a TV in there. And even though it's unplugged, it's still very possible that it was playing a freaking a comedy set.
Correct. I couldn't hear him clearly through the doors, but I'm sure it was Master Tonido. I could tell because it was the timed Soba routine being performed in there.
So that means the victim was killed sometime after that.
Bucky ran to the dressing room thereafter, only to come storming out a while later.
Please, tell us in detail how Mr. Wet appeared at the time.
Giro and I were waiting in the hallway for Master Tonido to finish practicing. When Bucky appeared and entered the dressing room with his things.
What happened after that?
We heard what sounded like Bucky shouting inside the room. About 10 minutes later, Bucky came back out of the dressing room, looking rather irate. This is most likely when the murder was committed. The victim was an elderly man. It would have been entirely possible to kill him within the span of 10 minutes.
I better come up with some kind of counter-argument fast.
Master Tonido's junior disciple, Uendo, apparently then entered the room soon after.
What do you mean by apparently? Didn't you see him go in?
No, I couldn't. I wasn't able to see the dressing room door from where I was standing at the time.
Oh, there was a dog in the backyard!
Nagiro was right in front of it, so I'm sure she saw it all.
I see. And why do you suppose Uendo went to the dressing room anyway?
He had just finished his routine, so he was making a courtesy call. Disciples to pay their master respect right before and after each performance.
Respect like as in killing? Did he kill him? I feel like he did. If anyone killed him, it would probably be the disciple. They'd have more to gain. Oh, frick, I didn't read that.
And all the disciples are expected to do this?
Yes, it's common courtesy among Rakigo artists.
I see. Could you tell us what happened after Uendo went into the dressing room?
Certainly. That's when Uendo discovered Master Tonido's body.
And how did Uendo act at the time?
After Uendo had been in the dressing room for 2 or 3 minutes, we heard a scream from inside the room and Uendo came flying out.
Did you hear any signs of a struggle at that time?
No, just Uendo's woeful scream.
I see.
Well done, Prosecutor Blackwell. Your testimony has given us quite a glimpse into the sequence of events.
Thank you, Prosecutor Blackwell. And now, please allow me to summarize your testimony.
How come no one's mentioning the dog in the yard?
While Prosecutor Blackwell and Giro were in the hallway waiting for Master Tonido, the accused came along and entered the dressing room with some items in tow. He was heard shouting for a time inside the dressing room. About 10 minutes later, he came back out of the room, seeming rather angry. A short time after the accused had come and gone, Uendo Tonido went to the room. A few minutes later,
Uendo Tonido. What?
Yes, if a dog's present, no one can commit a murder near a dog.
a few minutes later, after having discovered the victim's body, Uendo gave a scream and came running out into the hallway from within. Prosecutor Blackwell and Guru then ran into the room and saw the body for themselves.
Judge, I have very important evidence. There's a dog in the yard.
A dog, you say? Not guilty then.
From the circumstances, it is quite clear that the accused murdered the victim.
This is crucial testimony indeed. I heard something about a dog.
Simon's statement added to the court record. Defense. An eyewitness has given conclusive testimony. Why not let it go? All go now and allow the victim his last rites.
Not on your life. If Yuendo went into the dressing room too and was the first to discover the body, then who's to say he didn't commit the crime?
Yuendo was in the dressing room for a mere 2, perhaps 3 minutes. He could not have possibly committed murder in that time, nor without making any noise.
Oh, Simon! Why did you have to give that awful testimony? Prosecutor Blackwell, can't you give me something a little better to work with here?
It's not to you to make the right questions. I'm certainly willing to tell you all that I know. So if you truly are as capable as you claim, then draw what you need yourself.
This is not a time to do a freaking... Why? Simon! This is no time for your twisted games, Prosecutor Blackwell. Just admit you don't remember it all that well.
What'd you say about my mother? Prosecutor Blackwell, watching you collude with the defense like this I see that you are no prosecutor. Begone, witness. You shall haunt the sacred hall no more. How dare you treat me like some evil spirit to be exorcised? I'll remember this, you blackguard.
Blackguard? What? You blackguard? Don't worry, Prosecutor Blackwell. I've got this.
When I have my way, you would not be the only one here to step down. You, half-boiled, putrid egg yolk.
Ew, I object to the notion that I'm a gooey, smelling mess.
Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony was like the lonely opening act of a Rakugo show. He may hold the title of prosecutor, but this time he stood on the side of the defense. To restore balance to his trial, I would like to present an actual witness for the prosecution.
Is it the balloon person?
And who is this witness?
The person who was with Prosecutor Blackwell when the body was discovered.
The balloon girl.
She is another entertainer at the Tonaido School. Miss Kuro Tonaido.
Is that his daughter or his wife? It's his daughter. No, unless... Magical girl get up and then she has a clown nose. I immediately thought of Buggy the Clown. Oh my gosh. Please, dude. I can't talk. Okay.
Please state your name and occupation, witness.
Why do you have that? Should I do like a children's show host? That feels like the kind of thing she's doing right now. Why am I following her movements? Hello, everyone. I'm here to represent the Tonaido School with a twisty twist. Oh, she made a hat! And balloon! There you have it, a stunning balloon hat. It's me, the balloon artist you all know and love, Giro Tonito. Just call me Giro, sweetie. 1, 2, balloon! Balloon! I saw that! Why?
What a way to capture your audience's attention. Stuffing balloons in your shirt. My oh my. I dare say I can't take my eyes off of those balloons.
The ones on her head or the ones on her...
Please tell me you're talking about the hats, Your Honor. Oh, Mr. Judgy, I'm so glad you liked my performance. Would you consider joining my fan club? Pretty please.
Don't talk like that.
Oh, absolutely.
And please save your fanboying for after the trial, Your Honor. Anyway, Giro, I can't help but notice you seem awfully cheerful for having just lost your master.
I think it's your father, too.
Of course I'm sad. But Shisho would scold me if I didn't put on a big smile. Never show sadness. Smile, smile, smile. With a twisty twist, twist. Cake! Why did you make cake? And balloon! There you have it. One gorgeous cake. I see. I guess an entertainer's gotta do what an entertainer's gotta do. Her balloon art's worse than a Rorschach test. All I saw was a severed monster head.
What? I actually saw a cake. What monster? Oh yeah, the weird decorations on the side does look like eyeballs.
Giro, you're obviously a balloon artist. So, how did you come to be a member of a Rakugo school?
Oh, I see it now.
Well, my father, my late father that is, was a Rakugo artist, you see. So I joined the Tonito school to be just like my daddy someday. I see. My father and I owe so much to Shisho, our master. That Bucky went. Oh, how could he? I want to see him pay for what he's done as quickly as possible.
Your distress is entirely understandable, and my condolences for your loss.
And not only that, but you have more to say about Mr. Wet? Every time he comes to deliver Soba to us, he yells at me. He always tells me to get away. Is there any reason why he would say such a thing to you? He says the smell of my perfume will get into his soba and ruin it. Like, how can he say that? This is a great scent.
How very rude of him. I don't blame you for being upset.
I don't think the judge has... The judge's type is just cutesy. He doesn't care at all what they look like as long as they're cute in some way. I'm noticing a pattern.
Excuse me, Your Honor, but please don't let Guru's balloons bias your judgment. And I'm not talking about the cake or the hat. I'm talking about the ones that are in their shirts. It's gonna be hilarious if those pop. I'm just imagining you hear like a pop sound and then her chest is flat. Mr. Wet hasn't been proven guilty yet, remember?
It will be interesting to see how long that fire of yours will last, defense. Now then, Giro, please share the truth with this court. Yes, Giro. Your testimony, please.
Okay.
Before the murder was discovered, from 4 p.m. till after 4:20 p.m. when Shisho's body was found. Simon and I were standing in the hallway in front of the dressing room. Before Uendo discovered the body, the only person who had gone in there was Bucky. Come to think of it, a little while before Bucky showed up, Jujmo was barking like mad.
Jujmu? The dog! I knew the dog had some semblance! I know the dog's name now. It's Jujmu. Jugamu? Jugamu sounds more correct and said Jujmu.
Prosecutor Blackwell, do you have any objections to this witness's testimony? No. Make up your bloody mind, sad monk Samadhi. First you exercise me, then this. You need only do as you were instructed by this humble servant of the Holy Mother. As there are no objections, Your Honor, let us move on to the salvation of the victim's soul.
Hold it! Hey! I'm the defense attorney here, Prosecutor Samadhi. And I just might have an objection or two once I actually cross-examine the witness. So what are you asking Prosecutor Blackwell for? I'm the one you should be checking with.
There is a passage in the sacred scriptures of Kiranism. Lawyer Sack. To stir the wind is beyond the power of a spring chick. In other words, inexperience are useless.
I have more experience than you. Can somebody give me a book to slam across his smug face, please? Please?
With that in mind.
Huh? Am I? I played about... This is my 6th game? I think I'm more experienced than this dude at this point. Okay, yes. It is Athena's first solo. True, yeah. Referring to my own experience, this is my 6th case. Not my 6th. There's about 5 cases in each, and I've played about 5 in total. 26th! About 27th? 28th? I don't know which case this is. It's over the 20s, it's about 30. I've had almost 30 cases now. I've had more experience than this man. Actually fighting somebody and not instantly setting them off to go get killed. But Athena, yeah, this is her first solo one, but she still has more experience because she's had multiple cases before. Because in the last game, she also had her own... She also was doing cases, and this game she's doing cases. She wasn't alone for any of them, but she was still doing it.
With that in mind, let's see more... Judicis?
Judicis, what?
To consult Prosecutor Blackwell. He doesn't even see you as an adversary, Sykes don't know.
Well, I won't let either one of you insult me, you sexist pigs. I'll show you a knowing, experienced spring chick. Your Honor, I'm ready to cross-examine the witness.
But your balloons aren't as big. Oh, yeah. I hope you can make Prosecutor Samadhi see you as a worthy adversary, Miss Sykes. I'll allow you your cross-examination, so you better strike while the iron is hot. Before the murder was discovered. Till 4:20.
So the murder must have happened sometime in those 20 minutes, correct? But 20 minutes isn't a long time, is it? I don't know. I mean, what do you want me to say? Oh, that's what happened, you know? Isn't that right, Simon?
Yes. Goro and I can both confirm that Master Tonido still lived at around 4 p.m.
How do you know that?
Oh yeah? You can, can't you? See?
How do you know?
Simon and I were standing in the hallway in front of the dressing room. The fact that the two of you were there in front of the dressing room means you were able to see everyone who went in and out, right? Of course! Or are you insinuating that I was daydreaming or sleeping while standing up or something? No, of course not. I saw everything, I tell you. Fine. So you say anyway, but did you really? Before Uendo discovered the body, the only person who had gone in there was Bucky. Only defendant and Uendo entered around the time of the murder? That's right! That's why it must have been Bucky who killed poor Shicho! Let's take a deep breath, okay, Giro? So, not a single other person set foot into the dressing room during that time. I already told you over and over, didn't I? There was nobody else.
I must apologize on the lawyer's behalf. Even her memory is that of a spring chick's.
Frick you. Said 2 p.m. though. It's possible that he was killed even before Bucky went in.
Please, overlook her transgressions as best you can.
Oh, I see. Poor thing. Hang in there, sweetie. One day your balloons might grow like mine.
I can't help it. I can't help thinking that there are balloons in there.
Hey, who are you calling a bird brain, buddy? At least mine are real. Come to think of it, a little while before Bucky showed up, Jujumu was barking like mad.
Hold it!
Jujumu? That's my doggy. I keep him at the theater. Let's see. With a twisty twist twist. And balloon! There you have it! My cute little Jujumu. He's kind of creepy looking.
Yes! He's got blood-red eyes! Did you put, like, real eyeballs in that or something? How did you get those colored eyes?
Oh, but he's a really, really good boy! And why was Jujumu barking? Do you think it's because he saw someone suspicious? If so, then we'd have a new suspect in this case. Now why was he barking again? Oh, I remember! Because it was time for me to feed him! So I went to his yard and gave him some food.
Couldn't somebody have slipped into the dressing room while you were doing that?
Nope! The door out into the yard was wide open. I would have seen if anybody went to the dressing room.
Prosecutor Blackwell, come down to the stand for a sec. Please.
How many times must I do this?
Until you get into shape. You saw that Giro was talking about, right? So why didn't you mention it before?
I can't be expected to remember every minute detail.
Well, remember them now. Please. Did Giro go out into the yard?
Why is she staring at the door like that?
The heck? Well, at least we know the clown nose isn't permanent. Oh, and it's a puppy!
Yes, I remember now that she went to feed Jujumu. And I saw her looking towards the dressing room quite frequently as well.
Fed him a lot? The puppy... You're gonna make the puppy have diabetes. Don't give diabetes to the puppy.
Do you recall anything else?
Why were you even feeding him?
It looked as though she was feeding the dog
great quantity of dumplings or something.
That's not good for the dog. Give him actual meats or something. If they get fat, they won't be able to walk or run, and it's not gonna be healthy. Please just give them normal food. I'm gonna cry over a fake dog. What?
Jujubee couldn't finish them all, so he buried the rest in the corner of the yard.
Why was she feeding him dumplings and only dumplings?
And that's about all I can remember.
Why dumplings? Was there at least meat inside? Or was it just bread? Was it just like doughy dumplings without anything inside? It includes additional info.
Looks like Guro was telling the truth. Your Honor, like Guro's last statement added to her testimony.
As you wish, defense.
I was in the yard, but the door was wide open, so I could keep a watch on the dressing room.
Hold it!
You know what this means, right, Guro? You weren't in the hallway the entire time after all, were you? Well, okay, so I did go onto the yard, but it was just for a second. And the yard door was wide open, so I could still see the dressing room the whole time. The door was open so she could still see the dressing room? Prosecutor Blackwell, I need you on the stand again. Please.
What am I? Your lady in waiting.
Yes, you are.
Do you remember anything about the time Guro was in the yard?
Simply that Jujubee buried the food he couldn't finish in the corner of the yard. That's about all I can remember.
Thank you. I didn't really need to hear about the dog again, though. When I finished feeding Jujubee, I returned to the hallway, and then I saw Bucky go into the dressing room. No question about it. Okay, so around the time of the murder, Guro and Simon were hanging out just outside the dressing room. Guess I'm going to have to find a flaw in there somewhere if I want to get anywhere. From 4 p.m. till a little after 4:20.
Objection!
That wasn't right.
The witness statement is absolute nonsense, Your Honor, and this evidence proves it. Wild gas incoming. Widget! Shush! You're not supposed to tell!
That shredded advice says that you're really thinking, doesn't it, Miss Sykes? In other words, the only real nonsense here is your wild guess, isn't it?
Ouch! Itu, Widget.
Why, Widget? Why? Wait a sec. If it was wide open, you wouldn't be able to see the dressing room. Wait a second.
So, you were able to keep an eye on the dressing room while you were in the yard. Is that correct? That's right. The door out into the yard was wide open. Sorry, but that makes 0 sense. Take a look at this diagram of the backstage area. There is a clear contradiction between this diagram and the witness's testimony.
Oh? I'm afraid I don't understand, Miss Sykes. Please point out what contradicts the witness's testimony.
The fact the door swings open and would have completely covered the area.
Guro was in the yard near the doghouse. Prosecutor Blackwell even saw her there. And while she was out there, the door to the yard had been left open.
Oh, I see.
Yes, the door to the yard was wide open, as Guro said. It would have blocked her view, making it impossible for her to see the dressing room. What? No way! No way!
Are you about to pop that?
But even if...
You're not the judge.
But even if there was admittedly a few moments Guro was not keeping watch, How much would that really affect this case?
It would greatly affect the case. When the prosecutor Blackwell stood, he couldn't see the dressing room door either. Anyone could have entered the dressing room during that time without being seen. Guro, why did you try to hide that fact that you weren't watching the dressing room? What?
Objection.
Where is she getting these balloons? Hide the fact. You speak as though you think she had something to do with the murder. Rather than deliberate deception, it was more likely just simple oversight. Right, witness?
I don't think it's a simple oversight. If she can't even see the door she was claiming she could see the entire time.
Well, I was so shocked by what had happened. I was just confused, that's all.
Even though she is trying to keep up a brave front as an entertainer, the truth is she is being torn apart by grief. For her mind to be in turmoil is hardly unexpected.
Yes, it must be very difficult indeed. Why, if I lost my twin Canadian brother, I don't know what I would ever do. It'd be like losing my triplet. I haven't seen him in many, many years. He got lost in a plane crash somewhere. over the Curena's territory.
I'm sorry, I'm making up how he's related to the one in Curane.
To a disciple, one's master is akin to a real parent. Surely her shock is immense. The way this lawyer tries to pin the blame on this poor soul at the first opportunity. All I can say is, defense attorneys are heartless creatures indeed.
Where's your heart? You rebelled against your father so much that you want to kill him. You're effectively trying to kill your father for no reason. And you don't care at all about your brother. You have no heart. So I don't want to hear anything about me being heartless from you. Freaking Riku.
But that wasn't what I was trying to do!
It is beyond your comprehension. Is it beyond your comprehension, defense?
Yes, it is, Riku. Please go away.
Your unskilled argument is scarring this witness even further. And if we ask the people in this courtroom, I'm sure they would agree.
What? The gallery doesn't get to... What? The gallery doesn't get a say in this?
Are you afraid to find out that they think ill of you? Or that perhaps you are in the wrong? Listen to them now with that keen sense of hearing you are so proud of.
He's right. That was harsh. She didn't have to go that far.
I feel kind of sorry for the witness. Why is the lawyer's outfit so yellow?
How does that have any correlation with what's going on here?
No, I was just trying to find the truth. Why is the whole gallery siding with Prosecutor Samadhi?
Because he's got a silver tongue. And he sold their hearts. Turned them into heartless.
The people understand. They know what is right and what is wrong.
The lawyer's still in training, isn't she? Why is she all by herself?
I hear the voices of the gallery. I can hear the voices of their hearts. It's so intense. I feel so alone up here fighting by myself.
Are you afraid, child?
Frick you, Samadhi! Frick you! Where's the book? Someone give me the big heavy textbook to whack this man's freaking face off. Go away!
It is ludicrous to come to trial with such a paltry preparation of the soul. I command you to leave this courtroom at once.
But I can't give up. I have to keep pressing on. As long as there was a moment when nobody was watching the dressing room door. The defendant can't be convicted solely on Prosecutor Blackwell and Guro's testimonies.
Even now, you continue to resist. You are childish in defeat as well, I see.
I'm not out for the count yet, Buster. I'm just getting started.
Despite your posturing, it is not true that your resolve could crumble at any moment. With but a little push, you would surely succumb to despair. A little push, such as with this piece of conclusive evidence.
What, a soul of a butterfly?
Conclusive evidence, huh?
That is correct. We found a critical piece of evidence at the scene of the crime.
Flower?
The victim's dying message, which clearly implicates the accused, Bucky Wet.
What?
Look at these Japanese playing cards known as Kuruta lined up on the table.
What am I trying to look at?
These special English version card to card spell out a message. And that message, what number 4?
What?
It does. What the frick? Why?
What number 4? You mean what noodle number 4?
Yes, wet noodle number 4, as the 4th head chef of wet soba is also known.
What do you mean I'm blind? It's upside down!
This message points to none other than the accused, Bucky Wet.
No!
That makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
You would think that you would have a brain, but no, you don't. That makes perfect sense now, doesn't it?
Wow! Great job, Mr. Prosecutor!
Please go away with your monster creations.
Oh no. This is really, really bad. What do I do? What do I do?
Crime scene report updating the court record. Would you still carry on your futile fight in the face of this irrefutable evidence?
Huh. Wait a second, what is that? It's words in that. What does that say? It's upside down, I can't read it! Something. Wait, there's a third picture.
The victim was making soba noodles from scratch in the dressing room. The room is covered in soba flour. There are 2 drink cans in the fridge.
Why is the 2 drink cans relevant? What?
Huh?
There's a half-eaten camel cake. And then there's the camel... Trying to read what that
says in there.
Feels odd. There's something off with that. There's something very, very wrong with this.
Wait a second. The cards were moved. They're not aligned with the spill. Wait a second. Whoa. Okay, so the N needs to be where the T is. The T needs to go down where 0. 4 needs to be where N is. I need to work this out. There was a message. Wait a second. There was a message. Give me a second. I need paper. I need to work this out. Where's some paper?
And we'll give them position numbers. So,
W is in position 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. So in position 1, the one that should be there is O. So O. Okay, and then in position 2, the one that should be there is W. Ow. So far. Okay, position 3 is the same, so that's an E, because that lines up. Position 4 needs to be in. Then position 5 is going to be 4. Yeah. Okay. In position O. Position 6 is, let's see. It's T. And then the last position is H. Owen 4th? What? Owen 4th? Owen? Who's Owen? King Owen the 4th? Interesting or useless? Yeah, I might have done that for no reason. All I know is it's now Owen 4th. I discovered something, though. I discovered something. That's one good thing. The only thing I could think is 4 got mixed up with, Oh, but that fits. Yeah, it says Owen 4th. Who is Owen? I don't know an Owen. Owen, who Owen? Where are we Owen? Who's Owen? It's not you. He's 70. Okay. Well, I discovered something, but I think it might have. All I know is it would prove that that's not the real dying message, Samadhi. Would you still carry on your futile fight in the face of this irrefutable evidence?
You can say whatever you want, but we won't.
It is cruel to give the accused false hope. You will only compound his suffering. Wise people in the courtroom, do you not agree?
He's right! It's cruel to make him suffer when there's conclusive evidence.
What an incompetent noob! I feel bad for the victim and the defendant. What? But I'm trying to prove Mr. Wet's innocence here.
I know you can hear their defense. Their voices implore you to save the accused soul. It is time for you to let it go and move on, you inexperienced lawyer.
Judge, this can't. I think these are unlawful tactics. Please?
You lack the confidence with which to accomplish anything meaningful here. You worthless wretch. That's essentially what you're calling me.
Is he right? Is this too much for me to handle on my own? No, you can do it, Athena!
What good is she doing anybody? She should just quit right now.
Screw all of you! I'm flipping you all off! Frick all of you!
Now, defense. Leave everything to this humble servant of the Holy Mother.
I'm flipping you off too! Frick you! Go away! I don't like you anymore!
Silence.
Thank you, Edgeworth! Not Edgeworth! You're not Edgeworth! Blackquill! Thank you, Blackquill! You're on my side! Yay!
He's trying to use your keen sense of hearing against you to manipulate the trial, Athena. What a cheap trick for a supposedly holy man.
Simon!
And you fopdoodles. Fopdoodles? And you fopdoodles in the gallery. Can a man watch a trial in peace? This inexperienced amateur is about to turn the trial around.
Does that prosecutor really think she can turn things around?
The mood in this courtroom is starting to change.
Prosecutor Blackwell, what are you doing at the defense's bench?
I grew bored of watching from the gallery.
Besides, if I were to leave this trial to the spring check, lose my favorite Soba shop in the process, I'll be quite cross. You voluntarily stand on the side of impurity and sin. Truly, what a fool you are.
And what a jerk you are! All I'm remembering right now is yelling about meat buns when Phoenix was here. Wasn't that the last trial you had with Phoenix, Blackwell?
To think you were so easily manipulated by his parlor tricks. Whatever happened to qualified and capable Athena?
I just let my guard down a little bit. But it won't happen again.
Then gird up your loins and steel yourself for battle.
I'm not girding up anything in this skirt. And I am ready to get serious.
It seems there is now yet another soul I must cast down into hell.
Yourself?
I was in prison for a long time, and hell sounds no worse than cell, to be honest.
You're starting to sound like Guro.
The fires of hell will not be the end of your suffering. You will go to the tickling place where they will tickle you for eternity. For the sin you have just committed, you shall surely be reborn as a panda in your next life.
The cockpit panda? Can I go up against Tai Lung and the peacock man? I forgot the peacock's name.
A black and white reverse panda, that is.
Huh? Huh?
No, that seems kind of... What?
You shall be put in a zoo to be exposed to public ridicule.
No, I think he'd be forced to breed because I think a reverse panda is extremely rare and they would want more of those. I mean, they already force pandas to breed, so...
A thread like that won't work on Prosecutor Blackwell. After all, he's already used to looking like a panda in this life.
Who are you calling a panda?
Apparently the man with much feather in his mouth!
Sorry.
You see, you are both prepared to face the fires of damnation. Guro, thank you for your service. Please step down now.
Okie dokie! Bye bye balloon!
Wait a second, come back here! We haven't cut your cake yet!
Does everything have to be about balloons with her?
Now then. Have a witness prepared to testify about the Karuto cards.
What do you mean we need to look at her balloons again?
And who was the witness this time? The first to discover the body, and someone who witnessed the crime scene firsthand. Mr. Undan Tonido. Uendo Tonido.
That's the name he took on. What's his actual name? What's his real name? Wait, what's his real name?
The time has come for that ponytailed pair over there to finally let it all go and move on.
Very well. Let's bring in this witness then.
Okay, who's Uendo? Huh? What was that? What was that?
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
What? Why did my fucking funny? What is it? making me laugh the most. That he looks normal. What? I don't get it either. There's something about it that's what is wrong with this? Why am I laughing? Is it because he's sitting on mats? What happened? They had to stack up so many. Why are you sitting down? What kind of voice should I give you?
I am the wacky ghost storyteller, Uendo Tonido. Even if my performance isn't worth watching, I will certainly watch my words. I wouldn't want to say anything thoughtless and get arrested.
Oh, I know what you're making me think of! You're making me think of the Shadow Dude from Naruto! Wait a second! What's his name? I don't remember his name!
After all, that'd be no. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Are you leaving? Hey! Hey!
Hold it!
We haven't done anything! Get back here!
You can't leave yet. You've only just introduced yourself.
I think that's what's so funny about him. He looks so normal and then this happens. Why are you a feral lizard?
Oh my. Are you a fan of mine, miss? Would you like my autograph? One moment.
Where did you get the paintbrush? I know where you got the... Did you just hit me with that? Ow!
It'd been funnier if we actually saw the fan hit us.
What do you think you're doing?
No need to stand on ceremony. My fan deserves a fan, after all.
A fan for a fan! Nice one! Oh, why, if it isn't Simon, are you in this fine day, sir?
Quite a deli of a pickle we found ourselves in, wouldn't you say? I don't believe I've ever seen you talk quite so much, Uendo.
Never performed in a place like this, you know. I got butterflies here, can't you see?
Your paper butterflies, you're keeping up with your fan. I know what you're doing. Why do I always get the weird ones? I don't know. He looks so normal to begin with, and then he started doing this.
Pardon me, witness. As much as I enjoy your banter, I believe we had better return to the case at hand.
I suppose you're right. In that case...
I was promoted to Futosume yesterday and received the stage name of Uendo.
What's your real name? Is it Owen?
The show was our way of celebrating my new name and middle rank standing.
And then that happened. I never dreamed anything like that happen. Not in a million years.
I hear you being a woman right now and smoking. Where did the smoke come from that anyway?
And just as I got my chance to start repaying my debt to Shisho too. Yeah, lots I'm worried about Giru. The way she clung to Shisho. Poor thing. I told her to keep up a stiff upper lip. Stiff like rigor mortis.
Her father just died? Did he make jokes like that? What?
Keep telling those lame jokes and Shisho will come scold you from the grave.
What?
I wouldn't mind getting yelled at, you know.
if it meant seeing him again. Are you talking to yourself? Do you have multiple personality disorder? Is that what's going on?
Yuendo, please. As charming as your various characters are, this isn't a Rakigo stage.
Let us hear your testimony now, witness. Tell the court about the evidence left at the scene. The proof of the accused's guilt.
Oh, the cards that got moved around?
You're still sitting.
Shishio's dying message. I noticed Shishio's dying message right away. The stiff cards were right there next to the stiff, you see.
Now, enough with the silly buns already.
Anyway, I got the meaning right away. I knew it must have been about Bucky.
Are you sure? Is your name Owen?
That was the master's final message, left as he was drowning in Soba broth. It's like Shisho was not to write Bucky's name outright. Plain and simple wasn't his style.
Your name's Owen.
Well, that was certainly a more entertaining testimony than usual. The variety of characters performed by the witness was absolutely splendid.
But he shouldn't be performing any characters in the first place, Your Honor. Innuendo. The murder weapon hasn't been determined yet. So how can he say the victim was drowned in soba broth?
It's obvious. All you have to do is look at the crime scene. He was found with his face shoved in a bowl.
But there was nothing in his lungs.
It's only natural to assume he drowned in the broth for the noodles.
Except you're not here to assume things, Yuendo. So please, stick to just the facts. My, it's so like a soba chef to kill someone this way, wouldn't you say? And with the Kurita message he left behind, it's clear Bucky what did it?
Setting aside the issue with the murder weapon for now, that dying message certainly does seem to be irrefutable evidence.
Indeed. It proves the absolute guilt of the accused.
It spells out Owen!
Even I've got to admit I can see how the message can mean anything else.
Bucky used Soba for the deed. Well, to get back the Soba's shop deed.
What kind of mats are you sitting on right now?
This testimony makes Mr. Wet look super guilty. I have to do something.
That's this conclusive evidence. What a farce.
Yeah, any idiot can see the freaking letters have been moved around.
What do you mean, Simon?
What's this? I thought you said you weren't planning on asking me for help.
I did, and I won't. Thank you very much. So I must have found an inconsistency in the testimony.
I did. It spells out Owen, not what number 4.
I better listen carefully and try to see what he found.
Cross-examination. Shisho's dying message. I know Shisho's dying message right away. The stiff cards were
back up.
Hold it!
Yuendo, when you saw the cards on the table, what made you think they were Master Tanido's dying message?
Well, it was a coded message right there next to the body. I'm sure anybody would have thought that they were there to name his killer. I love murder mysteries and often watch them on TV.
Oh? I see.
I saw a similar scene during a murder mystery marathon last Tuesday. That's what made me think this must be a dying message.
One that you changed for yourself?
Hmm? Were you in my closet this entire time? You only come out when I'm eating. I'm sorry, I got scared because the third cat has showed up. Apparently he's been hanging out in my closet this entire time. And I didn't notice until he jumped down and is now sitting next to me. Hi. What are you doing? You are not getting a chip. Go away. All of you cats are psychos. You know that? Why were you in the closet to begin with? How come I didn't notice you until you jumped down? I'm sorry, I got distracted by a cat again. There were 3 in this house. And one of them was in my closet.
Hold it!
The cards were on the table your master's body was slumped over, right? You must have been surprisingly calm to notice them at the time. As I said, the stiff cards were right there next to the stiff. So they weren't hard to miss.
Don't you think about it. I see you planning on jumping up here. Don't you... Binks! No! You're directly in front of the screen, man! Fine. You want attention? How about this? I hold you instead of you jumping in front of everything. Is that what you want? You're not getting on my desk again. No. No.
But wouldn't it have been more natural to notice the victim rather than the cards? The messages caught my eye, because the stiff cards are right there next to the stiff.
I know what I gotta do. I gotta reveal that they aren't so stiff because they're covered in soba broth. Don't you try to get on my desk.
Yes, but the fact hardly seems significant enough to make a person take note of them.
Stiff cards. Next to the stiff.
He's trying to make a joke.
So basically, there's no real reason for them to catch your eye. What's there?
No jumping up here, please. I'm gonna kick you out of here if you jump up here again, please. She doesn't get the joke, man.
Hold it!
What, hun? That's right. I need you to give your testimony, not perform a scene. Please remember, you're on the witness stand, not the stage. Hey!
Get off of here! Like I said, this is not a stage, Binks! Go away! You come out of the closet just to bother me. What are you doing? There's a cat on my desk. Come here. Come on. Oh, man, you made me click a button! More you stepped on a button. Stay off my desk, please.
Well, look at these wonderful people in the audience. It's only natural for an entertainer to want them to have some fun.
Are you gonna keep bothering me until I give you a chip? Is that what you want? Yes, please, sit over there on the heater. Please, not on my desk.
I guess we can let a few jokes slide, right?
Ah, the inevitable bleeding of your work into other areas of your life. I know how that is. I judge my wife constantly. I find myself being unwittingly judgmental in my personal life too. My wife hates me.
Right. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Well done, Your Honor. Guess you can't judge a judge by his cover.
I advise the defense not to be so critical of the witness.
I'm gonna be critical.
Yes, Your Honor. Much obliged.
Anyway, I got the meaning right away. I knew I must have been talking about Bucky.
Hold it!
The cards do spell out wet number 4. Which could be interpreted as wheat noodle number 4, I guess. Wet noodle. I suppose you took this to mean Bucky Wet?
There's only one wet noodle around here. You've seen that giant 4 on his back.
Yeah, he's part of the Fantastic Four, so what?
It's the only interpretation that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess so. But wait a minute!
What is it?
What if there's another wet noodle in the area?
How are you getting smoke out of that thing?
What? Did I say something strange?
Bucky is the sole heir to the shop. So enough with the ludicrous straw grasping.
I see you. Don't jump up here. Go away. I'm not gonna give in to your terrorist demands for a chip. Go away.
Hey! How was I supposed to know?
Okay. The menace is gone. He's no longer jumping on my desk.
Just listen to the testimony again and find the glaring inconsistency.
Stiff? I think that's the inconsistency.
That was the master's final message, left as he was drowning in Soba broth.
Hold it!
So the victim lined up those cards in his final moments? How could you be so certain that's how it went down?
I know Shisho. He would never let someone get the last word on him, even in death.
With his face in the Soba broth and his consciousness fading away. What was Soba Glen originally? What was that original name?
He left a message that pointed toward Bucky as he left this world.
It's the only way what could have happened.
Wait! The only way? Now you're just speculating.
Look, a dying message is something you leave as you're dying, right? I saw a scene like that in a detective show. You would know. We have a saying in my country. Silence is more precious than diamonds.
When did they say that?
Please do not speak any more than is necessary.
But talking is my livelihood, you know? I talk all the time. This and that, truths and untruths. I can't stop myself from talking.
Hopefully he'll stick to the truths without any of those untruths.
Wouldn't it be easier to say lies? Untruths isn't a word.
It's so like Shisho was to write Bucky's name outright. Plain and simple wasn't his style.
Simon! Oh, frick. Earl... Rakugo artists like this?
It's hard to say. It could simply be the inconsistency of an eccentricity of an entertainer. Perhaps he's hiding something.
Well, he doesn't have to entertain people in the court of law.
Well, he's still doing it. I mean, Trucy doesn't have to do it, but she does it.
And if he is trying to hide something, maybe it'll show up as a contradiction or something.
1 second. Okay. I didn't press on this one.
But don't you think it's strange? Could a dying person really leave such a convoluted message?
Even in the throes of death, it was in Shisho's nature to throw in a twist somehow. Truly the consummate entertainer will be the very end, don't you think?
Was he really that grave a man, Simon?
It would have been no so easy task, to be sure. But who knows? He was an entertainer for 55 years for nothing.
He's been entertaining since he was 25? Wait, what?
If I ever bite the big one like that, I want to leave a message as good as she shows. Well, let's hope it never comes to that. Simon, we're all Rakugo. Okay.
She's drowning in soap.
Objection!
Wrong thing. Wait a second. I meant the autopsy report. Wild guess incoming. Yes, I know, Widget. Shut up. I pressed the wrong one. I know. Ah!
Youch! It too, Widget. It too.
No, turn off auto. When did I turn that on? My hand moved.
Objection!
There it is. Okay, yeah.
There's a contradiction in Uendo's testimony.
Would you care to explain where, Miss Sykes?
Certainly, Your Honor. According to the autopsy report, nothing unusual was found in the victim's lungs.
Ah, yes. It does say that, doesn't it?
Hey! Stop getting on my hydrating me. Yes, okay. Did you try to lick my microphone? What are you doing? I know you're curious, but man, please stop jumping on my desk. It's water. I'm hydrating. I've hydrated. You happy, Ronan? Now, you, Binks, get off my desk, please. Stop jumping up here. I'm going to close the door if you keep doing this. No, don't get comfortable! Right in front of the text box? No, don't get comfortable. Get up. No. I'm sorry, man, but you can't be comfortable on my desk. It's not big enough. You want to get comfortable on the bed. How about that? I'm giving you attention now. Are you happy? I was talking to Pix. No, I see you plotting. No, don't jump. Don't jump. I will kick you out of here if you jump. This is your last warning. If you get on my desk again, you're going out and I'm closing the door. You got it? Don't. Hey! Okay, I warned you. Come here. No, you're not doing that. I'm kicking you out. You have lost your privileges for the day. No. There's another cat in here, but if they want to leave, they'll just go up to the door and I'll let them out. But at least she is not jumping on my desk and distracting me. Struggles with a cat. If he had drowned in a bowl of soba, then there should have been soba broth in his lungs. But since there wasn't any, it means the victim was suffocated with something other than soba broth.
What?
This is the contradiction you notice, isn't it, Simon?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all.
I guess I showed you.
But if drowning in the soba broth wasn't the cause of death, then when was the victim's face thrust into that bowl?
After he was dead? He was already good and dead when it got thrust in? Wait a second. I see these recycles with the cans? What?
Taifu Tanaya's face was thrust into the bowl after his murder. Because no soba broth was discovered in the victim's lungs, his head must have been placed into the bowl after he was killed. And that's when the soba broth must have spilled over onto the Kuroda cards In other words, the victim could not have lined the cards up as he was drowning.
I see. So it was done after he was already dead. But why would the culprit do such a thing?
I'm afraid I don't know yet.
Objection.
You boast of psychological expertise, yet you cannot determine such a simple motive. My sides are liable to split at the absurdity.
What? And I suppose you know why.
Of course, desecrating the body in that manner indicates a strong sense of enmity on the part of the perpetrator.
Yes, that does make sense. It certainly paints a clear picture of the culprit's intense feelings toward the victim.
Feelings of resentment over the theft of the Soba shop's deed, no doubt.
Just great. Now the judge has an even more unfavorable impression of Bucky.
Silence.
I didn't say anything. Must you come undone at every juncture? If the culprit had time enough to set up Master Nobi's body, do you think they would have honestly failed to notice the dying message?
Good point. The cards were right in front of his body after all. Rationally speaking, there's no way the culprit could have missed that, huh?
Objection.
But the accused rationale at the time, given the way he stormed out.
Silence.
Never mind that. I have something more important to ask Uendo.
Me?
You saw the Karuto cards firsthand, did you not? Would you care to tell us about them in a bit more detail? Those tiny crime scene photos show us precious little of what I wish to know.
Well, those cards are from the Shisho Special Soba Senses of Tokyo Pass set. Each card is related in some way to Soba.
Spare me the history lesson. Just tell me how the cards looked at the scene and no more.
Well, there was Soba broth spilled all over them.
That's not much help, I'm afraid. Prosecutor Samadi, do you have a photo that shows the cards more clearly?
I do. Please accept this meager offering, Your Honor.
That's not a photo.
Owen. Ouch. Wavy equipment. Nostalgic. For traditional hounds.
What?
Yeah, I got them all in the right placements. So, ouch, wavy equipment, nostalgic for traditional hounds.
What?
Oh my, what delightful looking cards.
Well. Tearing prosecutor said once conclusive evidence apart shouldn't be a breeze with this.
Huh?
Don't tell me you haven't noticed.
Yeah, the freaking Soba stains are not coincided.
Don't be silly! Of course I have! Not noticed anything, but I can't exactly say that now, can I?
Kuro cards added to court record.
Miss Sykes, do you really see a problem with the prosecution's claim about these cards?
Well, go on then.
Alright. It's do or die. All I have to do is say the picture and... These cards
were rearranged.
These cards were rearranged!
But how can you tell?
The Soba stains does not line up with the Soba spill!
Please, take a look at these cards, Your Honor. The answer is right in front of us.
Where exactly should we be looking, Miss Sykes?
The Soba breath stains.
Please, focus your attention on the Soba broth stains on these cards. The outline of these stains don't match up with the large stain on the table.
Oh, would you look at that? You're absolutely right. And?
Please recall that the Soba broth was spilled ink on the cards after the murder, when the victim's face was placed in the bowl.
Yes, go on.
By the stains, we can see the culprit deliberately rearranged the cards after that. In other words, this message was altered in order to pin the crime on my client.
What? Then, if we put the cards back in their original positions...
We can restore the evidence and see who the cards were really pointing toward.
That's true.
Look! Then, what are we waiting for? Let's do this. All I have to do is rearrange the cards so the stains match up.
Okay, am I actually doing that?
Ooh, lady. Let's see. There was a W card originally.
Right here. Right here.
Perfect! Okay, the H card is next. Let's see. Where was the H card originally?
Down here? Yeah, this is how I got Owen 4th.
Yes! Now the E card? Let's see. Where was the E card originally? Do you know where the bridge is? We're now playing Dora the Explorer.
I know, it says Owen 4th.
A perfect match. Now, next up is the T card. Let's see. Where was this T card originally?
Down here.
Great! That fits right in there. Now the N card. Let's see. Where was the N card originally? There. That looks good. Now, O. Let's see. Where was the O card originally? Nice! Almost done now. The last card is 4. Let's see. Where was the 4 card originally?
Down here.
Take that!
Owen 4th. Or ouch, wavy equipment.
So the message, wheat number 4, was originally supposed to say, Owen 4th. And this original message is our clue to the identity of the true culprit.
What?
That indignant look on Prosecutor Sadmonk's face is positively priceless.
This is absurd. So it was originally Owen 4th?
It wasn't wheat number 4? Maybe the lawyer is smarter than we thought.
Oh, what?
Order. Order in the court.
A preschooler could figure that out. How dumb do you think I am?
Well, I never would have imagined that there was more to these cards than meets the eye.
Drew cards added to the update in the court record.
So, now that that's settled, what does Owen 4th mean?
I have no clue. Ouch. Wavy equipment, nostalgic for traditional hound.
Wait, am I...
Who else do you suppose is to provide an explanation? Of course it's you.
But I hadn't thought that far yet.
Change the cards around all you'd like, if you cannot explain what the message means. Then it's worthless as you are defense.
Of course.
No!
Got hurt while eating soba.
And so in the spring ship that fancies itself a graceful swan is brought back down to reality. Brought back down to earth.
He got hurt while eating the soba. The equipment was already there and he was just enjoying himself.
And so the spring chicks that fancies itself a graceful swan is brought back down to earth.
I have to do something. But what?
Still your thoughts for a second. There's a perfectly good witness to question over there.
Oh, right! That's a good idea. Come on, Athena. Get a hold of yourself. Uendo, does the phrase Owen Fourth mean anything to you?
No, there's no one named Owen, and that's not Nido family or our circle of friends. Go ahead, ask anybody you like.
You can't be serious.
Having rummaged through your empty mind, I see you have, as expected, turned up nothing.
Silence.
I'm afraid I have no idea who the devil this Owen Fourth is either. But the fact remains that the cards were rearranged to pin the blame on Mr. Wet. And that in itself proves the defendant isn't the real culprit.
Prosecutor Blackwell is right. Besides, the important question here is not who does the message point to, but rather who rearranged the cards.
Why didn't you point that out earlier if you already knew?
Sorry. In any case, there were two opportunities for someone to rearrange the cards. The first was when Mr. Wet entered the dressing room. And the second was when Mr. Uendo discovered the body.
Are you accusing me of rearranging the cards? Me, who came to testify of the goodness of my heart? Well, you didn't exactly come running out screaming straight away, did you? Even a mere 2 to 3 minutes is more than enough time to get up to some devilry. So what exactly were you doing in there in the window?
Drinking tea, apparently.
Put down the tea and spit out your answer.
Mr. Prosecutor, what's a guy supposed to do at a time like this?
Silence is more precious than diamond rings. Therefore, you need only stay silent. The defense is devious. They are waiting for you to make a slip of the tongue.
You would only make a slip if he was guilty.
Oh, I see. So that's what they're after, is it? In that case, Your Honor, I decide not to say another word. Very good. After all, your right to remain silent is protected by law.
Well, Prosecutor Blackquill, any other brilliant ideas you'd like to share?
Did you hear that, Sykes Dono? A Rakugo artist who's afraid to speak. Who's ever heard of such a thing? Are you trying to taunt him into talking?
You trying to taunt me into quitting!
Such a petty trick will never work.
You pulled the same trick! I don't want to hear it from you!
That's right. I'm not going to fall for it. I'm only asking to hear your story. Besides, is it not your job to tell your tales if there's an audience listening? Even so, I have the right to refuse to answer. The more you keep quiet, the more we want you to talk, and that's simply human nature. Isn't that right, people of the gallery?
Ha ha! Using your own tricks against you, somebody!
Even with this wonderful audience in front of you, you still refuse to talk. If so, perhaps you chose the wrong line of work, my friend. Are you saying I should quit?
Because I'm not afraid to speak my mind if I'll have you know.
Oh no, never mind what I just said. It is scary to talk, it's absolutely terrifying.
But no, as a Rakugo artist, I must talk. If I don't, how could I ever show my face on stage again? Your Honor, I'm ready to testify. He did it. He managed to convince Uendo with his power suggestion technique.
Only for you, Uendo. That's as a real Rakugo artist should be. Alright. If the witness wishes to testify, then by all means, please do. To be turned by such an obvious ploy. What a man of weak spirit.
Like you, who turned against your entire family?
Witness testimony in the dressing room. After my performance, I went to visit Shisho. I called him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. When I entered the dressing room, I saw Shisho slumped over the table, motionless. From what I can tell, there do not appear to be any more inconsistencies in the testimony. Of course there aren't any, because I'm not trying to hide anything. Prosecutor Samadi's right. I don't see anything inconsistent either, but I did pick up on some faint discord in Yuendo's heart. Ponder all you would like, defense, but it is pointless. Your Honor, I believe there is no need for further deliberation.
I disagree, Your Honor. I detected discord in the voice of the witness's heart. There's a clear indication that Yuendo is facing some sort of inner turmoil.
Are you saying what I think you're saying, Miss Sykes?
Yes, Your Honor. The defense would like to conduct a quick therapy session on this witness.
Yuendo, there is no need for you to submit to the so-called therapy.
It's fine by me. I have nothing to hide. Bring it on. I make my split personality disorder all for all to see.
Impious fool! Why will you not listen to the guidance of this humble servant of the Holy Mother?
If the witness wishes to proceed, I see no problem, prosecutor.
1 year and out the other. It seems the performer has no need for your so-called guidance, prosecutor said, monk. Just know this, Yuendo. Your folly will surely earn your divine retribution.
Thanks, Simon. I'm going to make the most of this opportunity you created for me.
Just keep your wits about you.
I will. Yuendo, could you tell us again about what happened in the dressing room?
Alright.
What are you truly feeling?
After my performance, I went to visit Shisho. I called to him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. When I entered the dressing room, I saw Shisho slumped over the table, motionless. Why were you happy he didn't reply? Wait a second.
Why were you happy?
Yuendo, something here just doesn't match.
Match. I see. Match, as in
Managed to assert
a thoughtful, calculated hypothesis. In other words, you are the something here that didn't match, correct? It appears you've met your match.
No worries. That was just one match. There's still the rest of the game to go.
What is... Happy, sad. It's like you already knew he was dead when you walked in.
Match again. Match.
Okay, what about the lack of surprise? There you go. That's the one.
Yuendo, I'm noticing something strange with these emotions.
Some thin stranger with cheesy toast skin, you say? What? What? Some thin stranger with cheesy toast skin? What?
No, something strange with these emotions. How could you have heard some thin stranger with cheesy toast skin?
When did you get shorter? I don't know. Maybe it's me who's got some cheese in my ears.
Did he will the floor to open up and swallow his cushions out of shame for that bad joke? The point I'm trying to make is that I noticed something unexpected in your emotions. Now stop hiding and come out where we can see you.
Bailiff, please bring the witness a few replacement cushions. Because he seems to have torn...
That's a few too many! So what was this unexpected thing you noticed?
Oh, come on! His Honor said a few cushions, not a few dozen.
Now that we've all had a good laugh, please continue, Miss Sykes.
Who's laughing? Focus, Athena. Don't let yourself get rattled. When you entered the room and saw your master slumped and motionless over the table, you weren't the least bit shocked, Uendo. Don't you think that's a little odd?
Is it, though?
The lack of surprise means you were prepared for what you saw. And I think I know why. The reason Uendo wasn't shaken when he saw his master's dead body is because
he knew about his master's death.
Uendo, I think maybe the reason you weren't shaken was because you already knew you would find your master dead. His hair shaped like a fan, that's what it is!
What? What kind of thing is that to say? You've got it all wrong. Oh, right! I just remembered something. I thought Shisho was sleeping when I first saw him.
That wouldn't explain you being sad.
You thought he was sleeping? It sounds plausible, but what made you think he was asleep?
Well, he had his head and arms up on the table as if he were taking a nap.
Oh, and one other thing. There was that note, too.
A note? What note?
Ah, he must be talking about this. Resting, do not disturb. It appears to have been written by the victim. Allow me to read it.
I can read! I can read!
Yes, that's the note I saw. After reading that, who would think Shisho was napping? That is a pretty reasonable assumption.
You gotta be kidding me.
Taifu's note added to the court record. That's right. I saw this note, so that's why I thought Shisho was asleep.
I want to change my testimony to include that statement.
Alright, I'll run an update.
Happy. Info updated.
When I opened the door, I thought he was sleeping. But something seemed off, so I rushed over to him. I was shocked to find him dead. I couldn't believe my eyes.
Why were you mad?
Oi! Why are you mad? Why are you mad? Uendo, I noticed something funny in your emotions again.
Funny, you say? I guess the entertainer of my caliber can make people laugh, even with my emotions.
I didn't mean that kind of funny. Quite the opposite, actually. When you entered the dressing room, I see you suddenly felt anger. What I want to know is, what made you feel angry all of a sudden?
What? Let's see. Oh yeah, now I remember. As I was going in, I whacked my little piggy on something. I was annoyed at my own clumsiness.
Wait, you mean you stubbed your pinky toe?
Just a little bump on my little piggy. No big deal. It's embarrassing, really.
Sounds more like he's hiding something. Better dig a bit deeper. No need to be embarrassed, Uendo, but I'm afraid it's something I do need to look into. I don't see anything you could have stubbed your toe on. In the area around the dressing room door in this picture. But maybe there was something there at the time. Uendo, what exactly did you stub your toe on?
What an irrelevant question. You dishonor the soul of the victim with this unnecessary delays. You tell her. Really, who doesn't stub their toe every once in a while?
Someone without them? That was dark. I'm sorry.
You really get a fuss over every small detail like this. Well, the thing is... even the most subtle fluctuations in a person's psyche can clue us in on the truth.
Your mate's texting. I'm wondering if it's because I'm too loud.
That's why it's important to get to the bottom of this question. Plus, if I back down now, who knows what new insult Simon will hurl my way. Is there really no trace left of what Uendo stubbed his toe on by the door? What in the world might have been there? Been then, but is not there now? The camel. Camel. Uendo, is this what you stubbed your toe on? Oh, I can never stub my toe on that. I would really be starting things out on the wrong foot. Right, Mr. Golden Age? Ager?
Golden Ager. Don't you dare send me off to the retirement home yet, Sonny. Anyway, I hope Miss Sykes didn't stub her toes on her teeth as her foot entered her mouth. Well, Defense, are you ready to let it go and move on now?
Of course not. What Uendo stubbed his little toe on? Is a vitally important question, I think.
Wait. The table moved. I noticed that. The table's moved.
Take that!
Dang it. The table moved! The table's moved!
Take that!
Ah! Uendo, did you stub your toe on the table?
Wait a minute. While it does appear that something hit the table and moved it, Uendo said he stubbed his toe as he was entering the dressing room.
Yeah, that table looks pretty far from the door. Could what bumped into the table also be a clue to what Uendo stubbed his toe on?
Careless answers will only hurt us here, so think carefully before you speak again.
Right. Is there really no trace of what Uendo stubbed his toe on? He entered the door.
Is it possible he stubbed his toe on the body?
Uendo, is this what you stubbed your... Oh, gosh, dang it!
He didn't do it! No on the body! Frick. That's enough. I see no need to further prolong this trial.
What, you had stubbed your toe on a body?
The defense's case is insufficient to overturn the prosecution's claims. This court finds the defendant Bucky Wet
Guilty. Yeah. Okay. Fun. Yes. Blah, 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 blah! Blah! I was onto something with the table, but I don't know what moved the table with it! I didn't see it again.
Why can't you stub his toe on? I mean, is it possible it could have been the bottle? No. Something he could have stubbed his toe on that moved the table. The only thing I can think about is the body. So it was like the fridge.
The fridge have been moved?
Take that!
It's either the fridge or the TV. Either of the two. The fridge is plugged into the wall, but the TV's not, which is strange. Which could make it that the TV was pinned out by the door.
Please take a good look at this photo of the crime scene. Oh, okay, it was the TV. I had to think about plugs. Oh yeah, I didn't notice that! Frick! Do you see it? This long track that goes from the door all the way across the room?
Now that you mention it, I do see traces of something getting dragged.
And the drag marks end there, at the TV.
Yeah, it is hard to notice, especially since the flower is scattered everywhere. But now I see it.
This implies the TV was originally by the door. I'm convinced that this TV is the object the witness stubbed his toe on. Well, Uendo? What about it?
Yes, you're right. It was the TV.
Noise level down to 10%.
There. The noise level dropped again.
Why did you move the TV?
Yes, I stubbed my pinky toe on the TV. But what of it? Why is this so important to you?
So the noise went down, but it hasn't completely disappeared yet. Which means he's still hiding something. Okay, then let's try this tactic instead. Uendo, why was the TV moved there?
Shisho must have moved it so he could watch my routine. But what a place to put it! Right in the middle of the doorway like that. I didn't want to bump into it again, so I put it there where it belonged.
Performance on stage can be viewed in the dressing room using that TV.
That's right! It's a closed-circuit monitor that shows the stage.
Crime scene report updating the court record.
I see. Now what? I can't find anything else out of place. I still haven't gotten the noise level down to 0 yet. Simon, I'm still getting noise here, but I don't see anything else fishy.
This is precisely why amateurs are such a bother.
Sorry.
I am in no mood to play nursemaid here. But if that's what it takes to save the Soba shop. Hoi, Uendo. Here's a courtesy for you. This table Master Tonito is slumped over and looks like it was moved. Did you happen to bump into it while you were moving the TV back?
Oh my! Yes, you're right! The TV had the table and Shisho's body moved just with a jolt. That's when I first realized that Shisho was dead. Oh, but how scared I was!
I see. Thank you. We're finally getting a more precise picture of how the body was discovered. I'd wager you need to put the spurs to Uendo just a trifle longer.
Right. I can't keep asking Simon to bail me out like this. It's time for me to regain my footing and really stay on my own. Uendo, what you said just now about discovering your master's death, could you please describe all of that again for the court in detail?
Alright.
But before you do, let me just plug in the latest information.
I think the TV was put there so it sounded like he was performing, so nobody enter. Oh.
I tried to enter the dressing room, but stubbed my toe on the TV. When I put the TV back in its normal spot, I realized that Shisho was dead. Seeing him slumped over like that, over that clear table. Oh, Shisho!
Why are you even more shocked over here?
Got it!
Is your real name Owen?
That's odd. After the initial shock of finding the victim dead, you reacted with surprise again. What was it that surprised you, Uendo, besides your master's death?
What do you mean?
What's more, you were even more surprised the second time than the first. What could have surprised you more than finding your late master? Search me. Your little thingy must have made a mistake.
Silence.
The girl is as sharp as a trot, to be sure. But her ability to hear people's emotions is absolute. Now, get to remembering Uendo. What was it that surprised you?
That was a compliment, right?
Well,
Oh, noise level went to 100.
No! You pushed him too hard and now he's mentally all over the place. His emotions are completely out of control.
Out of control. Care to explain how that's relevant?
You know how normally I listen for the hidden emotions and witness his voice, right? From there, I look for inconsistencies between their testimony and those emotions. But sometimes a person's feelings can run too high, make it hard to get proper readings.
So that's how Yuichi's program works. Fascinating. I'll use it to my advantage later.
Ordinarily, it's just one emotion that runs out of control. But seems there's nothing ordinary about this time.
Anger. Anger? Anger.
To my performance summit to visit Shisha. I called him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. I opened the door. I thought he was sleeping. I tried to enter the dressing room, but I stuck my toe in the TV. When I put the TV back in its normal spot, I realized that Shisha was dead.
There's something weird.
I knew it!
What's got your knickers all in a bunch now?
Uendo has multiple emotions running out of control at the same time. I've never seen anything like this. Ever!
Are you sure? I think we did at one point when someone was faking their emotions.
So how does one bring a situation like this back under control?
I'll have to find the root cause of this tangled mess before I can treat him. If I can identify what is causing his emotional rampage, then I can probe to dive in further. I'll need to point what I think is the root cause and hit probe again. Through this process, I can identify exactly what's causing Uendo to so much distress.
That will help bring his emotions back under control. In that case, let's get started, shall we?
Alright, I can guarantee success, but it's definitely worth a shot. Time to look for the root cause of Uendo's rampaging emotions.
He didn't start having these emotions until he was talking about what was on the table.
Cue to probe. Probe. Table. The table. The table. I get it now. The cards were the root of it all. Don't try to deny it. You can't hide your feelings from me. The dying message that was left at the scene of the crime. Is what was causing your distress. And if the dying message was the cause of all those feelings, then that means the phrase Owen Forth must mean something to you.
Is it your real name? No, you got short again! The thrilled lizard is shorter!
Bye-bye. There! Noise level 0! Finally!
The dying message consists of 2 words, Owen and Forth, but neither of these 2 words have anything to do with this witness. This topic warrants no further argument.
Sure, there may not seem to be any direct connection between Uendo and the message. For now. But why don't we wait and decide what's necessary after you hear my theory?
I trust you've hit upon something, Athena.
Yep, if my theory is right, we can finally solve the case of Uendo and the mysterious Owen Forth.
Well, go on then.
I can already tell this promises to be interesting. Now, please share your theory with the court, Miss Sykes.
There was something puzzling to me about Uendo's out-of-control emotion just now. Namely, that there was 3 distinct reactions present. I had never seen that before, and I wondered how it could be possible.
Is there a conclusion to this meandering musing of yours?
Hold your horses, I'm getting there. So, could a person flip between 3 distinct emotions of such intensity like a switch? In the end, I concluded that it just wasn't possible.
So not cert, is it? A bit unconventional, but I'll grant that it's possible within the realm of psychology.
Within the realm of psychology? I'm afraid you'll have to explain it for the old man up here on the bench.
Your Honor, my theory is that Uendo is a robot.
Has multiple personality.
I think we already knew that.
With so many distinct personas, it's clear to me that Uendo has dissociative identity disorder.
What does that mean?
Your Honor, the defense would treat this trial as a child's jest. Multiple personality disorder. A preposterous proposition indeed. Would you not agree, witness?
How did she know? How did she figure it out?
Probably the fact that you keep changing what you look like and the way you act. Like, drastically change. That is not normal.
Blanca! I can't believe it. I did it! I did it, Simon! I proved he has personality disorder. I've read papers on it before, but to think I'd see a case of it for myself.
Blimey. Rocco artists tell stories as different characters, but as different personalities.
Hey you, lawyer girl. You got a problem with us, huh? No problem at all.
This is all very hard to believe. But now that we've established that the witness has multiple personalities, could each of them please introduce themselves to this court?
Uendo Tonido. I'm a Rakugo storyteller, as you know.
Hello, everybody! Patches, the friendly jester here!
Kinda had a feeling you did have this disorder.
Kisugawa, courtesan.
Is that all of you?
Yes, that's all of us.
So there are 3 personalities in total. Uendo, Patches, and Kisugawa, huh? Well, Simon, what do you think now?
I think there's a 4th personality named Owen.
That you're one lucky duck. Just be glad they were dense enough to help you out.
Can you just straight up say I did great for a change?
You appear to be quite proud of your self-defense. All you have done is infringe upon the privacy of the witness.
I couldn't disagree more, prosecutor. Now that we know there are 3 personalities, a new way for us to interpret the meaning of the certain piece of evidence has arisen.
A new interpretation.
Oh, now I'm very curious. What's this piece of evidence you're talking about, Miss Sykes?
Knowing what we know about Uendo and his personalities, this now makes perfect sense.
A freaking secret message meaning.
Take that!
The Karuta cards.
That's right, Your Honor. Recall the original dying message left at the scene. We didn't have a clue as to what Owen Forth could have possibly meant. But now, with this new information about Uendo and his personalities, isn't it possible that Owen Forth actually means A secret fourth personality of Uendo's? A personality named Owen?
What?
Look, Uendo must have kept his dissociative identity disorder from us because he didn't want us to be associated anyway with that dying message.
No, that's not why. We kept our disorder secret for a different reason altogether.
We've been taking advantage of her affliction to act as various Reiko characters. If words of this got out, well, our reputation as a Rakugo artist would be tarnished, as would the Tornado name.
I think taking advantage of an infliction that is out of your control is actually very... It's actually very, inspiring. So I don't see how that would tarnish your reputation.
That's why we kept it a secret from everyone except members of the Tornado School. But really, there was no fourth personality. Just the three of us in here. A plausible enough sounding story. But it doesn't prove you didn't rearrange the cards, does it? But... I will concede that it's highly likely that the witness rearranged the cards.
Is Prosecutor Smoddy actually agreeing with us?
However, it is not also possible that the accused killed Master Tornado. And then left the message in order to frame the witness. And upon noticing the cards that he found the victim's body, Uendo rearranged.
Silence!
A fantastic tale, but a tale nonetheless. No one outside the Tornado School knew about Uendo's multiple personalities. Uendo just finished saying so himself. Ah, that is true, but only meaningless words. The witness was only in the dressing room for 2 to 3 minutes. That's far too little time to commit murder, wouldn't you say?
Then who's to say he couldn't have done it before his discovery?
The spring chick memory wars. Have you already forgotten Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony?
Simon's testimony? Oh.
Yura escorted me to the dressing room, but we heard the sound of a Rakugo being performed from within. Thinking the master was rehearsing, we decided to wait in the hall until he was done.
It was the TV! The TV was going!
That's right. Until just a few moments before Uendo entered the dressing room, Taifu Tornado was confirmed to still be alive.
No! It's the TV! That was Uendo!
Not only that, but Uendo was on stage until before he discovered the body. A bulletproof alibi that I have already confirmed with several audience members.
Oh, no!
I also heard that his Rakugo performance that day was a steaming pile of... well, you get the picture.
Did they not like it? Yes, I'm afraid so. Really stunk up the stage, I did.
And yet I have a perfect alibi. Indeed. Why not land the coup de grace on the defense by describing your alibi, witness?
Okie dokie smoky!
Witness testimony. Uendo's alibi. In most personality disorder cases, not too many people know they have multiple personality disorder, don't they? Or they don't even know their other personalities. But he seems to know the other two.
I was on stage until just moments before I went into the dressing room. The entire audience was my witness.
But my performance was a huge bust! Not a single soul laughed!
I'll never be able to live down how terribly I bombed during that very important show.
Yuendo was on stage before he found the body, so he could not have committed this crime. It is time to let it all go, defense, and move on.
You let it go.
Well, get this, Prosecutor Samadhi. The Right Anything Agency never gives up. We fight to the bitter end.
Allow me to say this once more. Let it go. Move on.
You need to let it go. Frick off.
And allow me to say once more, I'm never giving up.
Let it go and
Never!
this is pointless.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep going back and forth. It's duck season, rabbit season all over again.
You should have taken advantage of this opportunity while you could, you foolish child.
You act like the death penalty for the DC Act is here, but it's not. So frick off.
Your worthless convictions only serve to prolong the accused's suffering. If words will not sway you, then perhaps pain will.
Huh? Hey!
Oh no! Anything but this!
Assault! Abuse! Abuse! Abuse of spiritual powers!
Eek! Nah!
Abuse! I call assault! Assault upon thee, Samadhi!
What's the big idea, Prosecutor Samadhi?
That was but a small dose of punishment for your misguided convictions. Are you now a bit more inclined to give up as instructed?
As if!
In that case, you must require another dose.
Stop it! Thank you! Thank you, Blackwell!
Not bloody likely. I don't give two flips about your beliefs. But if Sykes don't award to submit to you here, I won't be able to eat good soba anymore.
That's right! For Mr. Wet's future and Prosecutor Blackwell's stomach. I will never give up!
Can we stop talking about food? I'm hungry.
You will rue those words, defense. That I can assure you.
Why are you laughing at me, Papaya? Yuendo's alibi.
I was on stage until just moments before I went to class.
How can we be sure it was you who was on that stage?
Are you asking whether it could have been some imposter?
I guess so.
Unlike a big arena, Rakigo Theater is a cozy little place.
I'm trying to make it so I don't feel nauseous because I haven't eaten yet.
It'd be hard to fool an audience in such an intimate setting, don't you think?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Good. I'm glad we could clear that up, because I guess you could say
the entire audience was my witness.
Hold it!
Was there anything special about the stage or your performance that you can tell me? For example, were the lights dimmer than usual? Were there any problems or accidents?
not a thing. Everything was the same as always. Mr. Prosecutor, you questioned the audience, didn't you? Yes, of course. Apparently, nothing seemed amiss to them except, well, one small thing.
One small thing? Oh, it's so embarrassing! I tried my best. Really, I did. My performance was a huge bust. A single soul laughed. Do you have any idea what went wrong?
I'm not sure if it was my performance or it was just that particular audience. Or maybe it was the story I picked. But every entertainer knows that this kind of thing happens from time to time.
I guess that makes sense. Still, I wonder what could have flocked at his own commemorative show. Maybe I should dig into things a bit more.
What Uendo performed?
Could you tell me which Rakigo story you performed?
I could, but I'm not sure it would mean anything to this to the uninitiated.
Well, even if it might not get it, can't you at least try me?
Alright, if you insist. The story I performed is called Tokisoba, otherwise known as Time Soba.
Weren't you supposed to do, Soba Glutton? Time Soba, huh? Maybe, Uendo's right. He's only said the name of the routine and I'm already lost.
So you performed Time Soba, did you?
What? You know of Prosecutor Samadhi?
In the course of my studies last night, I became familiar with a number of stories. I must say, Defense, you'll be well to prepare better for your next try.
Simon, what's Time Soba about?
Look it up yourself. Allow me to give an overview. The story takes place on a winter's night. A man orders a bowl of soba at a street stall. How you doing, sir? What can I get you? I see you got a seaweed hamaka soba mixed topping. I'll have a bowl of shipoka, my good man, I'm sure. But there's nothing like a hot bowl of noodles and a soup of warm broth. You know it, sir. One ship... So how's business? Not so great, sir. Is that so? Well, that's great, because things can only get better from here, right?
Well, prosecutor, I couldn't catch like half of that because you were talking too fast.
The customer talks on and on like this. Finally, when he is done eating, he goes to pay for his soba. So how much do I owe you? That'd be 16 mon, sir. I see. Sorry, but I only have small change on me. I'll count the coins into your palm so you can hand for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, what time is it? It's 9, sir. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Thanks, and bye.
Very well done, Prosecutor Samadhi. That was excellent.
Huh? I don't get it. What was so funny about that?
He paid 15 instead of 16 because he asked him what time it was in the middle of it. Don't you see? The customer paid with coins, counting them out one by one. Just after counting 8, he asked about the time. The soba vendor answered with 9.
Oh, now I get it. He made the vendor say 9 and then he continued counting from 10.
Exactly. He cheated the soba vendor out of 1 mon with his smooth talking. The story continues with another man who saw the whole thing and tries to do the same, but he bungles the trick and ends up paying more than 16 mon for his soba. The story ends on that as the punchline. You can look up the rest of the details yourself. I'm sure Prosecutor Sadmonk over there would love to perform it for you after court.
Is the Time Soba an actual thing? Time Soba... It's real! It's real!
So, basically, it's a story about a man cheating on his soba bill. It's kind of petty, isn't it?
That is really all you have to say about this classic story. Time Soba is such a well-known staple of Ragoku, and still... Fine. So you studied a lot. And we haven't the time for your lecture detour right now, Prosecutor Sadmonk.
Wait, I'm curious if I can find, like, the script for the time noodle thing. Okay, I see where the man bungled it. He finishes eating. How much does it come to? Including everything that would be 16 mon. I only have a small change, so put out your hand and I'll put the money into it. Okay. 16 mon, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What time is it? It's 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And he ended up paying too much for his soba. Okay, I found the actual one.
the real one. It's called Soba and Time. It's not, Time Soba. Toki Soba is its original Japanese format name. Okay, back to the actual game and not distracted by Soba.
But we haven't time for a lecture detour right now, Prosecutor Sadmonk. Oh, I wanted to hear a little more, but I suppose it is off topic. Getting back to the matter at hand, Miss Sykes, the witness stated that the story I performed is called Toki Soba, otherwise known as Time Soba, or Soba in Time. Would you like to add the statement to his testimony?
Should I have that statement added to his testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to have it added.
Very well. The story I performed is called Toki Soba, otherwise known as Time Soba.
The story where a man cheats on a soba bill, right? Why do you think it didn't go over well?
Well, I suppose I was a little nervous. It's a lot of pressure when you're the star of such an important show, you know.
You? Nervous? I thought you'd be all calm and collected, but I guess even you can get stage fright, huh?
I wanted so badly to live up to the great name of Uendo that I inherited, but I guess I overperformed a little this time.
Wait, Uendo was the stage name of a former member of the Nido's school, right?
That's right. The name belonged to one of Shisho's former disciples who died of illness at a young age.
With the weight of a new name like that to carry on your shoulders, I can see why you're feeling the heat. Just like me. I'm carrying the weight of my entire agency on my shoulders right now.
In that case, can I count on your sympathy and have you go a little easier on me?
No.
With the audience as his witness, Uendo has a pretty unshakable alibi, doesn't he?
You're not giving up, are you? Where's that never say die spirit you displayed earlier?
Of course I'm not giving up, Simon! I just know Uendo had something to do with this case.
But how will you connect him to the crime when he has an alibi as strong as that?
I don't know just yet. But I'm going to press his testimony and keep an eye out for contradictions.
I was on stage until moments before...
Objection!
Wasn't your master supposed to perform that?
Uendo, isn't there something odd about the routine you performed?
Odd? No, I don't think there's anything odd about it.
But that's exactly what I find odd. The fact that you don't think it's odd.
We are discussing the witness's alibi at the moment, defense. The show's program is completely irrelevant.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong, Prosecutor Samadi. The reason being, it contradicts the statement that witness just made. Uendo, do you know what this is?
No. What is it?
This is an invitation to the show sent from Master Tanobi to Prosecutor Blackwell. Including the invitation is a rundown of the show's program, which clearly states that Time Soba was to be performed by Master Tonido himself.
No.
Uendo, why did you perform the routine your master was scheduled to do?
Well, you see, the reason for that is... How do I say this? You see, let's say it was a prank.
That's right. It was just a little joke, you see. I was trying to surprise Shisho by performing his routine before he did. I don't know if I buy that. Was doing the victim's routine really just for laughs, or... Hey, didn't Simon happen to hear Time Soba coming from the dressing room? During Uendo's performance on stage? It seems like too much of a coincidence. Wait, can it be...
What's the matter? You look like a hen with a dozen eggs to lay.
They moved the TV in front of the door so that you could hear the friggin'... Ah! It sounds like someone's performing Time Soba in there when it was really a live performance of... What, you notice that someone's in the hallway now too? Sorry, I got distracted. I heard somebody walking by. But dude, the TV got put in front of the door because freaking the TV was playing Time Soba. They heard Time Soba and they're like, oh, the master's gotta be performing it, right? We can't go in there and disturb him. We can't disturb his rehearsal. When in reality, it wasn't him who was rehearsing at all.
You look like a hen with a dozen eggs in the hay.
Stop comparing me to birds!
Then she's this bird brain timidity. If something has occurred to you, then lay it out for us already. Don't breed resentment in those watching the performance.
Okay. I don't have a ton of confidence in this theory, but here goes. It looks like Uendo's alibi checks out, Your Honor, but even though he was on stage at the time, he may have been trying to obfuscate a crucial detail about this case.
Are you referring to the Soba Bill, the man trying to skip out on the witness's story?
I'm not talking about the Rakugo story, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm sorry. But then, what are you talking about, Miss Sykes?
What Uendo may have been trying to deceive us about was the time of the victim. Time of the victim's death. Uendo tried to deceive us about the time of the victim's death.
What?
Eek!
Objection.
What gibberish.
Prosecutor Blackwell. Oh, do you want to go out now? Okay, one sec. The cat wants to leave. Leave. Never return because, Binks is watching and waiting and he's gonna jump on my desk again.
Prosecutor Blackwell even testified to the time of the victim's death.
I know, but he only testified that way because he and Giru had been completely taken in.
You mean by the Soba Bill thing?
Can you get away from the Soba Bill? Would you please forget about the story for a second, Your Honor?
I was deceived. Pray tell, how did Uendo manage to deceive two people while he was performing on stage?
That's easy. All he had to do was use a certain prop in the dressing room.
Oh? What might that be?
The prop Uendo used was TV that's unplugged right now.
Take that!
This TV was used to view what was happening on the stage. Prosecutor Blackwell, when he came to the dressing room, what was Uendo doing?
He was performing Time Soba. Blast, could it be?
Yes, it could, and it was. What you and Guru heard was not Master Tonido practicing his routine. It was Uendo's performance as heard through the TV monitor speakers.
What?
With the TV just inside the inner door of the dressing room, it could easily be heard from the hallway outside.
Because he knew the Master Tonido was scheduled to perform Time Soba, he was easily manipulated to thinking he was still alive at the time rehearsing.
Yes, your knowledge of the day's program is why the two of you could be fooled this way. Simon, did the voice you hear belong to Master Tonido?
With the doors in the way, I couldn't tell exactly who the voice belonged to. But because I heard Time Soba, I just assumed it was Master Tonido. I can't believe I was taken in by such a simple mind game.
Objection.
You look like you're about to break the desk.
All of that is mere conjecture. Where's your proof, defense?
Objection!
Uendo moved the TV back when he discovered the body. After all, he can very well leave it by the door. Because then somebody might figure out the trick he'd been playing. And there's one more thing about Uendo's actions that's suspicious.
And that is...
The fact that he flopped so badly on such an important occasion.
What's so suspicious about that? Even pros slip up once in a while, you know.
I believe that this time it was intentional. Because Yuendo knew it'd be strange to hear laughter coming from the dressing room.
Oh my!
Yep! It's all just a bit too perfect to be sheer coincidence. Plus, if the voice Prosecutor Blackwell and Guru heard was due to Yuendo's scheming, then the victim's time of death could have been earlier than 4 p.m. In other words, Yuendo could have killed Master Tonido himself.
We've got you by the stones now, Yuendo. So you better confess everything. Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself?
We demand an explanation. Yuendo!
I confess. I tampered with the crime scene. Is the defense's claim that Yuendo Tonido is the true murderer in this case?
If he tampered with the crime scene, then we have to at least consider him a suspect. Now wait just 1 minute. Yes, I admit to messing with the dressing room, but I didn't kill Shisho. Then why did you tamper with the crime scene? I refuse to answer that question. What?
If you suspect this witness, then I have a question for you.
What could it be this time?
Yuendo had absolutely no reason to murder Taifu Tonido. After all, why would Yuendo kill the man who recognized his skills and promoted him?
Oh! Well, his motive was, I can't think of a single thing!
It appears you are also not aware of one other fact.
And that is?
That the accused visited the dressing room before 4 p.m. as well. It is not natural, then, to suppose that the accused killed the victim at that time.
What? Nobody told me that Mr. Wet had also gone before 4 p.m.
We only discussing the time frame after 4 p.m., so I didn't think to mention it. But now that you have made the time period before 4 p.m. relevant...
I don't think that this is going... I don't like where this is going.
So you really do not know what your client was doing during that time frame, do you?
Well, it was all very sudden and, why did you wait until the very last second to contact me, Simon?
Don't you give me that look.
Well, it's your fault. You didn't tell me until literally today.
And just so you know, Bucky never told me you had visited the Master before 4 p.m. either.
This sort of thing is exactly why that prosecutor keeps calling us unprepared.
The defense will stop squabbling this instant.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Prosecutor Samadhi, please continue.
Why do I feel like it's the Bloom girl, though? There's something not right with her.
Thank you, Your Honor. Defense. You know what Soba making implements in the dressing room, correct?
Is he talking about the equipment for making soba noodles?
You speak of the large bowl that was used to mix buckwheat flour with water. The long rolling pin and the special knife that is used to cut the dough into noodles. Precisely. These tools will come from the accused soda shop.
She does have a reason to kill. She has 12 years of performance.
And he has even less experience. And yet he's ranked higher. She probably hates that. That's probably why she killed him and was originally trying to frame him. Wait.
Precisely. These tools all came from the accused Soba shop.
You mean They didn't belong to Master Tonito?
Mr. Wet had visited the dressing room to give the victim a soba making lesson, and that visit was before 4 p.m. I'm afraid that after they accused me of the dough, I made those noodles. He committed the act of murder.
But wait! That doesn't add up! If Mr. Wet killed the victim before 4 p.m., why would he return to that room at a later time?
Who's telling us to shut up? Oh, it's you. Why are you here? You're so...
Why do you have a skateboard? Is that why you've been falling? Chilled soba for $6.80. That's actually decently well priced if you get that much soba.
What soba? You're kidding cadoodle when it comes to noodles.
Oh my.
Yeah, Miss Chickadee. Hey, Sammy. I'm back as Master tonight. I ordered cooked noodles.
Mr. Wet!
Yesterday, I brought new making tools to the dressing room around 2 p.m. That's when Master Tonight ordered uncooked soba noodles to stock up on.
Uncooked noodles to stock up on?
Yes, ma'am. Master Tonight. Yeah, the supply of soba noodles from my shop in his fridge. We only have one shirt there, so we met to my shop to get more.
One serving of noodles in the fridge. I thought the fridge was practically empty. Anyway, the whereabouts of the missing noodles isn't all that important now.
They're with the dog! The dog ate them!
You ran into me and Gil when you came back to deliver the uncooked soba, correct?
That's right. I made time on my busy day to deliver him the noodles. And you know what? He ignored me when I called him from the inner doorway. He just kept mumbling Goku lines for ages. So I got mad and went back to my soba shop.
So that's why you got mad. If what he's saying is true, then there's no way he could be the murderer.
I swear I'm telling the truth. He's on the skateboard!
But bailiff, quick! Get this man to the infirmary! Whoa, I dare say he's quite the handful.
Your Honor, please accept the statements Mr. Wood made just now into evidence.
I believe the accused statement about going to the room at around 2 p.m. is true, for it falls within the victim's estimated time of death.
That opens up the possibility that the crime was committed between 2 and 4 p.m. That's some critical information.
Yes, Your Honor. But other than that one point, Mr. Wood's statements are dubious and without proof.
But they were the words of the defendant himself. Simon, back me up here!
He has a point. If I were the prosecutor, I wouldn't accept them either.
While I understand the defense's feelings on the matter, this court is unable to accept anything other than the time the defendant made his visit.
Now what do I do?
I trust you have no further objections, defense. And last, the time has come to send the soul of the victim onward to the Twilight Realm.
Silence!
What are you yammering on about, Prosecutor Sadnik? We still have something we need to question Uendo about.
We do? Like what?
Well, don't just stand there.
But we don't have any evidence left to present.
Have you forgotten already? Isn't there still a hidden witness you have yet to question?
A hidden witness? Oh, that's right.
Owen!
Your Honor, there's still one more issue we haven't finished discussing yet.
Oh? And was this bit of unfinished business?
We haven't finished discussing this issue related to Uendo. Owen. We still have to discuss the possibility of a fourth personality. The one named Owen.
Are you suggesting that this fourth personality of Uendo's might be the true culprit?
Jeez. Not that again. I told you, we don't know anything about this Owen.
Look, Uendo. I know you don't have any motive to kill your master, but this Owen may have one for all we know.
Come clean now, Uendo. You've got another personality stashed away, haven't you?
Please, tell us everything you know about Owen.
That's enough. The witnesses already say that he knows not of any Owen character.
Bravo! You tell him, Mr. Prosecutor!
Hey, Patches. If you claim you don't know Owen when you really do, that's tantamount to perjury. If you want to exercise your right to remain silent, however, well, that's a different story. Do not listen to the prosecutor witness. You will be tainted with his evil.
He's been called evil so many times.
Do you have any idea how dark and cold a prison cell is?
I exercise my right to remain silent.
What's this now? Changing horses in mid-stream, are you?
Shut up! I will remain silent and that's it! Patches, you fool! Stay out of this.
Patches is not the brightest bulb in that box you call a noggin, is he? The fact that he switched from I don't know any Odin to I will remain silent is proof that he does know about Owen.
There it is again. Simon's formidable psychological manipulation tactic. I'm sure glad he's on my side today.
Objection.
You dirty, despicable, depraved prosecutor. You were leading the witness. Witness, there's no need for you to submit yourself to defense's questions.
Your Honor, Uendo is definitely hiding something. Please allow me to question this witness about the existence of Owen.
Suppose only this witness can confirm or deny the existence of Owen for us. Very well. I will allow the defense to proceed.
Plunka! Witness testimony. About Owen. I've never met any personality named Owen. Patches, you're just blurting out nonsense in a panic.
Oh, we're always aware, so we definitely know if a personality like that showed up. How dare you treat me like a criminal based on mere conjecture?
Personality like that means that you do know him. One sec. Oh, okay, I see what's going on.
Wow, how am I supposed to deal with the testimony of 3 personalities?
Unless you can prove the existence of Owen here, it's all over. You best screw your courage to the sticking place and attack their testimony head on.
Alright, I will. Just stop piling the pressure on me. I have to draw out some info. Anything to drag Owen out into the open.
Cross-examination. About Owen.
Hold it!
Met, huh? Is that how you experience each other? Like people meeting on the street?
Well, it's more like 3 of us are always here. And that personality that's most suited for the moment is the one that comes out.
So when you're out, Uendo, what are the other 2 doing? Well, we never know when our turn will come, right?
So we stand by and listen.
So that means all 3 of you share the same memories?
I never really thought about it, but I guess that's right.
I see. Thank you. Please continue.
Patches, you're just blurting out nonsense in a
Hold
panic.
it!
Patches, can I have a word with you, please? Why, hello! You rang? You said at first that you didn't know anybody named Owen, but then you exercised your right to remain silent. Were you afraid of committing perjury? Well, you see...
I'll take over from here if you don't mind. Listen, I hate to say it, but Patches is about as smart as a sack of rocks. If you grill him with a bunch of high-flaunting words, he's going to want to keep silent.
I see. So looking after loose-tongued Patches is your role, is it, Miss Kisagawa?
Well, I don't know what about that, but anyway, I do know that Patches was just flustered, and that's why he decided to remain silent.
We're always aware, so we definitely know if a personality like that showed up.
Hold it!
What do you mean, like that? But what if, for some reason, you three were unconscious at the time of the incident? If the three of you weren't alert and aware, what would happen?
What would happen? I'm not even sure what you mean.
I mean, you three share the same memories, right? But what if Owen is different? What if he has memories separate from yours? Maybe Owen emerges when the three of you are unaware or unconscious.
Objection.
Instead of speaking as if this fourth personality is a foregone conclusion, I suggest you prove his existence first.
Well, we've already seen 3 personalities. A 4th wouldn't be a stretch.
You dishonor the victim in this court by jumping to such conclusions without proof.
Have you ever heard these old sayings, Prosecutor Samadhi? What happens twice will happen thrice. If you see one, there's likely 30 in your home. I'm basing my theory on such premises.
Comparing us to cockroaches. Do we bug you that much, girlie? But how do you intend to prove it? How will you prove that all 3 personalities became unconscious, as you say? Unless you can do that, all this talk is merely empty speculation.
Drunk? Well,
Don't be so timid. If you don't have it, then find it. Look for something that could render Uendo and the others unconscious.
Simon's right. I can't back down now. For my client, Mr. What, I have to... Wait, Mr. What? Mr. What is drunk? I know, there's alcohol! The camel alcohol! I know!
I mean, rest? Maybe if I were a lump of regular flour dough for udon noodles. I'm fresh like my soba. No, you don't like soba dorish. So about 3 freshes. Grind the buckwheat, seeds fresh, cut the dough fresh, and boil the noodles fresh. He's blacked out. He's blacked out.
Mr. Wet, falling unconscious. Wait a minute. I think I've got it.
Besides, you have proof to back up your theory.
Yes. The alcohol. The empty bottle of alcohol. Yes, Your Honor, I do. The proof is right here in this crime photo.
It is. In that case, please point out what supports your theory.
This most likely is what caused Uendo to lose consciousness.
Take that!
This is probably what made Uendo lose consciousness.
Yes, sake. Isn't it just like Master Shinobi to pick a fine brine like camel?
Sake? Oh, you mean rice wine?
Oh, please, don't call it rice wine.
That's so unsophisticated. It's not even wine.
Silly girl. Must agree. You need to become more cultured, Athena.
Tomato. What? It's made of rice and people get drunk from drinking it, right?
Vodka is made from potatoes. Do you call that freaking potato wine?
It's called sake. End of story.
Fine. Sake it is then. Ay caramba. Everybody's so touchy about these things.
I mean, I think you'd offend a lot of people if you called it potato wine instead of vodka.
I recall Master Tonido would often have a drink or two before performing. He said it made him more eloquent. Drinking too much of the stuff can make one lose consciousness though, of course.
And look! There are 2 glasses on the table. Yuendo, I believe your master would offer you some rice, sake. And then, you must have drank too much and passed out. That's when the 4th personality, Owen, emerged.
I drink sake. Oh, that's a good one. You have a real sweet tooth, you see, so yes, we did accept a sugary red bean bun. But since we really dislike sake, we said no thank you to that.
Believe it or not, we're real weak when it comes to booze. Even a tiny drop can knock us right out.
So you see, I had a sweet manhu bun. I didn't drink any sake.
What? But that can't be right.
Can it be sake-infused sweet buns? Is that a thing? Can there be alcoholic sweet buns? Alcoholic sweet buns. How about sake? Sake sweet buns. Oh, that is a thing! They were alcoholic sake sweet buns, especially since it's the same company, it's Camel! Yeah, he called it a manju! There is sake manju! Wait a second. Sake manju! The defense demands that the glasses be examined right away.
You amateur. Did you really think I had not already done so? Your foolishness is beyond the pale.
Don't tell me!
There was no trace of the witness having touched either of the glasses naturally.
Right, of course.
Miss Sykes, would you like the witness statement added to his testimony?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
Very well.
I had a sweet mahan bun, but I didn't drink any sake.
Sake. Could've been a sake bun.
Sake mahan. So if you had even a tiny sip of sake, you conk right out, right? Huh? That's why you didn't touch the glass that Master Tonido offered, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Then maybe you ate something that had sake in it as an ingredient?
I don't recall doing anything like that.
He doesn't recall doing it. But that doesn't necessarily mean he didn't. He just might not have known that he did. I better take another good look at the evidence.
So we didn't drink any sake, huh?
Oh boy. Now we're in trouble.
That's kind of an answer. It is exactly why Sadmonk keeps insulting you. Now use your head. There are countless ways Yuendo could have gotten sake into his mouth besides drinking it.
Yeah, through a sweet bun!
Well, I don't know about the countless part, but
it was an edible. Technically.
But nothing. Give it some thought and you'll figure something out.
So the witness must have had something that contained sake. Is there anything in the court record that hints at something like that?
Yes, there is. Blah 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 blah. I get it.
Objection!
Your Honor, the witness
Oh, well, let us ask that panda over there what he thinks. Is there really a contradiction here, oh noble panda? No, there is no contradiction. And there you have it. If Mr. Panda says there is none, then it must be true.
I'm sorry! Yikes! Down, boy! Nice, Panda!
Okay. I didn't drink it.
Look at the sweet bun! Look at the sweet bun!
So if it wasn't that...
Objection!
Oh, here we go. Taifu's notes.
This shows what most likely made Uendo lose consciousness.
That note. I'm feeling lightheaded, child. Perhaps a bit peckish. I am peckish, yes. Can I have food?
I'm not hungry and my head feels just fine, thank you very much.
I'm actually very hungry. As soon as this is over, I want to go eat. I'm hungry.
Look at the paper this note is written on. Isn't there something familiar about it?
What exactly is your point, Defense? This fate decide who reminds me of the paper form.
Yep, it's a piece of the wrapping paper on the box of Mahan buns by the victim on the floor. Uendo, you may not have drunk any sake, but you did eat a sweet red bean bun, right?
Well, yes, that's right.
I don't know if you are aware of it or not, Uendo, but there is such a thing as jelly shots. But I believe that Mahan you ate caused you to fall unconscious.
The bean bun? But how?
Have you ever heard of alcoholic foods? There are foods made with alcohol, you know.
Because those buns contained a secret ingredient. A very punchy secret ingredient that.
A punchy secret ingredient?
Yes. The design on the wrapping paper matches that of something else in the room.
It does?
The design on this object matches that of the Mahan box's wrapping paper. The freaking... The camel.
I get it! Camel! I know!
The camel pattern. It's the same as the one for camel brand sake. So, just as Uendo said, he didn't drink any sake per se.
But he did eat some.
Impossible.
Uendo had a camel brand red bean bun, which boasts a nice shot of sake as one of its ingredients.
So the defense is claiming that Uendo passed out after consuming a camel sweet bun, which allowed a fourth personality named Owen to emerge. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. That's exactly what I'm claiming.
But there's one thing that bothers me. When the alcoholic content of the buns evaporate as they were steamed, in order to give them a strong flavor, some Mahan are specially made to retain as much as their alcoholic content as possible.
What kind of lightweight do you think I am? Even I wouldn't pass out from eating a simple Mahan. Then how about we test that theory? What do you say, Your Honor?
Seeing is believing, as they say. Very well. I will allow a test.
Thanks, Your Honor. Eat the bun! Simon, go buy some camel Mahan on the double. Don't forget to get me one too, okay? I want to get drunk.
Why must I? And while you're at it, Prosecutor Blackwell, you will get one for me as well.
I want one! I want one!
Oh, make sure you get enough for everyone in this courtroom. I'm not the courthouse stable boy, you know. But just this once, a request. Taka, I'm counting on you. Go fetch some mom buns. Bye. And all you had better pay me back.
How expensive is camel?
Oh, but I thought it would be your treat, Prosecutor Blackwell. What a shame. I thought we were friends. You couldn't let me have a single camel mahan bun. Now then, let us adjourn until the mahan arrive by Carrier Hawk.
Carrier Hawk?
Court will reconvene as soon as Taka returns.
Carrier Hawk? What do you mean carrier? Never heard that phrase before. Carrier Hawk. To be continued. Okay. Yeesh! We're only halfway through the trial and it's already been about 4 hours. I think like 10, 20 minutes of that was me trying to get a cat off my desk, but still. But, the fourth one. I might have, yeah, I'm gonna have to end it here because I'm extremely hungry and my head's starting to hurt. Because I haven't eaten anything. Because I woke up and started streaming. That's what happened. Okay.